Now, one of the last times I did one of these, it gave me a really deep voice for some reason, and I don't honestly sound like that. So I wanted to check to make sure. Do I sound normal? Do I sound normal at the moment? Is my voice okay? I don't sound like I'm a 50-year-old who's been smoking for 30 years, right? Sounds good. Perfect. Okay. Well, let me push buttons and unmute stuff. Let me see if Mary can still hear me. Let me push buttons and unmute stuff. Oh, wait, I think I can hear myself through your... Wait, what happened there? That was weird.
That was because I was watching you.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I thought I broke something else then. I could hear myself. Right, let me press this button. See if this button works. Did that button work? That button worked. There you go. I think it's all working now. Is it all working? Can you all see? Let me do that. There you go. It's all working. Oh. So, if you don't know, chat, this is Mary. She's a good friend of mine. We met on Mixer, I don't even know how long ago, and we met in person at Gamescom last year?
Yes.
It was last year, wasn't it? Yeah. It was a shame that it's not going to be on this year, because I think me and Steph really wanted to go again. But
yeah, same.
Yeah, the world going crazy because 2020, because yeah.
It would have been next week or so, or in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks. Yeah, because it's the it's like the last week in August, isn't it? I think. Like, yeah, it would have been like a week or two away, and it sucks because I've not been to any events this year, and I think this is like the first year since I started streaming that I've not been to a single event.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it sucks because I think meeting up with the people that you've met through streaming is like one of the highlights of it, and
True, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, so if you don't know Mary, she's a former Mixer partner. If I remember rightly, you're in Belgium. As your Twitter bio says, you work in law by day, stream whenever time allows. I also looked on your profile. You've been streaming GeoGuessr and Last of Us recently, which is very cool. GeoGuessr is very fun. Steph played it recently and ended up not knowing where she was when it was only a few minutes down the road from where we live, which is quite funny.
She's gonna hear that forever.
She actually will, yeah. So the first question that I wanted to ask, your streamer name, obviously it's not your actual name, but is it like a play on your actual name?
Yeah, it is. It's actually the worst thing ever because I didn't know that IG is not a syllable in English.
Oh, so, you mean like IJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Dutch, my name is Marijchu, which is ING.
Yeah.
And because I was constantly playing Pokemon, my ex started calling me Marijchu from like Marijke and Pikachu together. So I was like, this is cute. It's very gamey. So let's do it for a nickname online. And then everyone was like, so Mary J. Chu, Mary G. Chu.
I'm not gonna lie, I was the same because I was like, you can pronounce the first bit, but I didn't know how to do the rest of it. Like,
yeah, I thought about like changing it in the first year because it was like the time is now. I can still do it and make it like a Y.
Yeah.
And everyone in the community was like, no, keep it. So here we are.
So on that topic, how many years have you been streaming for now?
I started streaming February 18, so I think.
Oh, okay. So that's 2.5 years now, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
2.5 years. Yeah. Time flies. Time flies. So when you started out streaming, were you like originally on Mixer? Did you start on Mixer?
No, so I actually started on Twitch.
Ah, okay.
I listened to a lot of podcasts about streaming and like how to be a good streamer. And a lot of them were speaking about Mixer and its growing platform, yada yada. So I was like, why not try one stream? I wasn't gonna tell anyone. I only told one moderator and I was like, you know what? I made this account, so let's do it tonight.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but the algorithm boosted me to the front page.
And, was that like the up and coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought like, whoa, it's true what they say. And then we did a few and it was actually really fun. But then a few months later, I actually came back to Twitch because
Oh,
I
okay.
missed the, I don't know, I think the community feeling that I already built, and a lot of people were like, stay, come back, come back. Like I tried to move my community,
Yeah.
but they were very like not really wanting to. So I came back to Twitch, and I was so horrible. And I was like, but I actually enjoyed Mixer a lot more. And then I kind of just moved to Mixer, and I didn't ask anyone to join. I was just like, this is what I want to do. This is what makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I got really sad from people constantly asking me to come back to Twitch. So I was like, I'm not gonna, it's not a thing anymore. So I'm going to go to Mixer, and if you want to come, you can come. And if you don't want to come, it's fine too. And that actually worked, because then I could let Twitch go and really work on the people who wanted to stay and working on building a new community. So that was a good decision, but it took me a little bit back and
So
forth.
you went from Twitch to Mixer, back to Twitch, back to Mixer, and now back to Twitch.
Yes.
Honestly, look, that's pretty impressive. I mean, especially if you think about, I'm sure some of the people that still watch your streams have followed since like those early days on Twitch, and
That's crazy, yeah.
to switch between platforms that many times, and for them to still watch, that's pretty amazing. And I guess
Yeah,
that's when you know you've met the right sort of people.
Yeah, and I think because I explained it well, I think they understood. Like,
Yeah.
the problem was I came to Mixer, and I did one stream on Twitch, and that stream was so crazy. And then you fall into that trap of like hype. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, but then you immediately notice again like why you wanted to leave. And then I noticed that on Mixer I never wanted to leave. And actually still now, like with the whole thing, I would not have come back to Twitch if it wasn't for Mixer shutting down. I was really happy with Mixer, and I just, yeah.
How would you describe your streams to, say, if there's someone in the chat that's never seen your streams before, how would you describe what you do to them?
Oh man, I think I kill them with words.
I think I've seen so many different things stream from you. Obviously I saw you do Zoo Tycoon, the study streams as well. I thought that was such a cool idea to sort of merge your passion of streaming with obviously the need to study. And rather than, I know a lot of people when they have studies and stuff, they basically just stop the streaming and focus on studies. But to be able to do both of them together, I think that's quite a clever idea. And did you find that helped at all with the studies?
Yeah, I have to admit that I think one period in my exams, I think I only passed because of streaming. Because I actually, I have a desk right here as well that normally I study on. And I was like, you know, you're going to do it the right way. You're going to be focused. You're going to do all the things right. And I had no motivation. It wasn't working. I wasn't focused. I was on YouTube all day long. I was crying all day long. It was a mess. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn on stream again. And it worked so well, because if you say that you're going to do a study stream and you don't study, people give you
They will have a go at you. Yeah. I guess that's a good motivation.
Huh?
I guess that's quite a good motivation to yeah.
And I think you also want to show that you're doing well because of it. You want to prove that streaming will not make you fail, because a lot of people go like, you will fail, this will never work. And then I'm like, oh, watch me do it.
And I guess the important question though is how did that work out? How did your exams go?
I passed.
Well, there you go. Congratulations. There you go. There you go, chat. If you ever want to know a secret to do well on your studies, stream while you're studying. I guess it is good motivation as well, because I guess if you're sat there by yourself, there's all these distractions around, and you're like, oh, there's something over there. Oh, I'll just jump on YouTube and watch this. But I guess if you're on stream, you can't really do that at all, because people will start calling you out, because that's what people do.
Yeah, and it makes you also able to study a lot more hours without feeling miserable.
Yeah,
I felt like if I was at my desk studying, after 2 hours, I was like, oh, boo me, so sad. Although I was streaming, I was actually having fun while I did it.
So now that the studies are out the way, how are you finding balancing work and streams? I know you were saying before we started that work's quite crazy at the moment.
Yeah, I'm quite frustrated, in fact, because I thought that normally I combine work with study and streaming, and that works out, which you wouldn't expect. And then now I don't have to study for a few months, and I was expecting to stream loads and yeah, just focus more on
Work's taken
streaming.
over.
Yeah, and work is just exploded. So where normally I would have my normal job and then in the evenings I would study or stream, now I'm just doing an extra 4-hour session of work, and it's just waking up, work, sleep, repeat. So that really sucks, but I think that will calm down again. I hope so.
Yeah, yeah. I think I got to a point where I had similar, where everything that was going on and then working and streaming, I just got to a point where I was like, it's too much all at once. So I've like adjusted my schedule down to 2 days a week at the moment, which I think is the least I've ever streamed since I started streaming, which has been like 3.5 years now. I actually really like it at the moment. Yeah. So
that's good.
Yeah, when I started out, I was doing like 5 days a week. I got to a point where I was streaming every single day until I burnt myself out. Then I cut it back down to 5 days a week. And then I think with everything, yeah, especially because I'm still working full time as well. So I've been working the 40-hour weeks and then streaming nearly 20 hours a week as well. And it's too much.
Yeah, the same schedule, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the one thing I appreciate most out of cutting it down is having my weekends free again, so I can just go out and spend time with Steph and catch up on things, and it's just nice having that time now. I think I'm gonna slowly build it back up, but I think at the moment, just the way everything is, it's just nice to have that extra time.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I think people, if you work and stream, but not just stream casually, but you like to be consistent, I think that people underestimate how many times you say no to other things. They're like,
exactly.
Oh, we see you here consistently, but that's actually like taking a toll on like, oh guys, we cannot meet then, or sorry family, I have to leave earlier, or
exactly. Yeah. And it's the thing about always worrying about if you have a stream schedule and you take days off, that's like the worst feeling. But if you don't have it in your schedule, it just feels so much better.
Yeah.
So let's rewind to, I don't even know how long ago it is now, 2 months ago, when the news of Mixer shutting down was announced. How did you react? What was your initial reaction and thoughts? And
so I was in the bathtub and my phone went like, and I was like, whoa. And the first sentence I read was someone saying, I'm so sorry, Mixer is shutting down. And I was like,
oh, so before you saw the tweet, you just saw that, and
I saw that, so I didn't even see the tweet, and I was like, no reds. So my boyfriend, and I showed like, Mixer is shutting down. So I read. It was very classy. Naked to the computer, like with my hair in it, just horrible. Like trying to read up, and then I was like, okay, started bawling. Got clothes on, and then I just went live. It was a horrible stream. I just cried on stream, and I was like, what? I think I tweeted, what the fuck? So it was very like,
I think it was a similar situation here. I'm trying to remember. Steph was somewhere else in the house, and I just remember seeing it on my phone, and I remember telling her that Mixer was shutting down, and then just the disbelief and obviously
goosebumps.
Yeah, and like obviously Steph was streaming full time on Mixer, so it's basically like being told that you're losing your job, and she obviously got emotional. She did the same as you, where she went on stream and was chatting to everyone about it. But it was crazy, and I think initially a lot of people didn't realize how bad the lack of communication was. That literally no one really knew about it.
Yeah, I was surprised by the fact that Mixer staff had no clue.
Yeah. Like, they found out, I think, was it like 30 minutes before the tweet went out or something, which is, I honestly think that's one of the worst bits of it, that they were still actively working on projects and stuff, and then just to be told, oh, actually, you've only got 30 days.
And I feel, personally, I was really convinced on, like, how good Mixer was doing in terms of the technology behind it. I'm not good with, like, the words and the lingo. But like, I felt like a lot of things that in the beginning I was like, oh, they need to work on this and this and this. I felt like 2020 was that time where the things that we had to comment on that needed to change were starting to get a lot lesser or less important than they were like back in 2018.
Yeah.
So I was super like, we're doing good, all that stuff, and then
because I'm pretty sure this year was the year that not only did they start rolling out clips to everyone finally, but also was this the year that when they added gifted subs? I think it was. I think it was earlier in the year, yeah. So they were actually making like positive changes, but it was almost like too little too late.
Yeah. I think they did focus a little bit on, it's so hard because of course I'm not a business person and it's easy for us to say what they had to change. I think they made a few bad decisions here and there, and I think that in the end killed it completely. I think the programming stuff was getting better. I think also the variety of streamers playing different games was starting to get better. But then they made like a few, I would say, really crucial mistakes, and that made a lot of people distrust the platform. And
I think they started to reduce the amount of impact and influence the streamers had on the platform. I think they started taking away the voice, and there were little signs that when you look back and think about it, it kind of makes sense now. Like I remember I launched a new stream team not long before it shut down. I contacted my partner manager because it wouldn't let me set a profile picture on there. And I said, I've tried raising a ticket, and they said they're looking into it. He said, it won't get fixed. There's no team actively working on this feature. And it was like, oh, okay, so that's obviously not going to happen. So I guess looking back at it now, it's like maybe it makes sense why they weren't working on it, because they were probably told to do other stuff because of what was coming. So was going back to Twitch, was that like a no-brainer, or did you take a minute and think about whether you would go to Facebook or YouTube? Or
well, I think for me it was quite obvious because I had been on Twitch, and I think a lot of people like that watched me on Mixer still came from Twitch and were like, not gonna lie, Mary, but you were the only one that we were watching on Mixer, so could you please come back to Twitch?
So was there still
excited, so
was there still a group of your community on Twitch that were kind of waiting for you to come back and kind of talk you into?
I don't think they were waiting, because I was very firm in my last stream on Mixer before they announced was an 18-hour stream to fully celebrate how good I felt on Mixer. So it was very like smacked face. But yeah, and a lot of people that when I went live were like, "You're back," and I'm like, "You're still here." Like you clicked on my name, which is cool. The reason why I think on a more non-emotional level is that I liked Mixer because of the newness, the building the platform together, the risk, that kind of stuff, the one-on-one communication with other partners and with Mixer. And I feel like it would be not a lesson learned if you would go again for another platform that is new and smaller, because we learned now that even if Microsoft is backing it, it might fail. And I'm not in like this hurts so much. I don't know how other people feel, but I'm still super hurt. So I'm not gonna do this again. Now I'm gonna go for safety and consistency, and so Twitch.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's I think after investing so much time into something, it's I had a bit of a weird reaction of it, because I wasn't more upset. I think I was more disappointed than upset. I think it was more like I was worried that it was going to happen, and I was disappointed in the way it did happen. But
yeah, the way how it happened was just horrendous.
I still can't get over that. I still can't believe that is how it, imagine if like Facebook Gaming does that one day. They just put a post on Facebook to say, sorry, we're shutting this down now, and everyone's like, wait, what? Well, yeah, they could do,
For them, it's just a second feature, and that's the thing with Twitch, though. Twitch is Twitch, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But like with all the other things, like Facebook Gaming, Facebook gaming is still Facebook, and if Facebook is like, this is not making us enough money, they're just gonna be like, why would they? With Mixer, you would at least thought there would be more care to it because it was such an emotional, invested group. But
Yeah.
of course, there's a company above it that doesn't care.
Don't care about that. Yeah, yeah. It's all about numbers at the end of the day, isn't it? Which
Yeah.
which I think is what didn't really work with Mixer. That it was a community focused platform, but the people above were more focused on numbers. Which So
Yeah.
how are you finding Twitch so far now that you're back? Is it different to how you were before, or is it more the same and it just feels like you're back?
I think it's hard to compare it what it used to be because it has changed a lot.
Yeah.
But what I remembered, and that's what I immediately kind of started doing and noticed when I came back, is that what works is totally different on Twitch than what works on Mixer.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I picked Mixer over Twitch was because I kind of liked what worked on Mixer, as in my style of streaming. And I didn't particularly like what works on Twitch. So I'm still adjusting to that because you can see, for example, what worked for me on Mixer was like big new releases and getting that hype up, and I was kind of doing well with that. And I enjoy that a lot. Like what games are we gonna play next? What gonna come out? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you do that on Twitch, you're like kind of lost in an ocean of everyone. But what works here, and that wouldn't never have worked on Mixer, is more variety specific niche content.
Yeah.
And I like strategy games that I actually never played on Mixer because I know like it would kill my channel if I would do it more consistently. So I think in that sense, for me, it's completely different, but also it's like still the same people. But I noticed, and this is something that I find very cool, and I don't know if you experience it too, but like on Mixer, we kind of got used to the empty follows. You constantly were thanking people that were following that never said any word.
Exactly.
And now I feel like if you get a follower, you really earned their attention, and they're like chatting and saying, like, you get a follower and they say hi, and I'm like, woof.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I can see in the chat right now, there's a handful of people that have followed that have all said hi in the chat, which is really nice. It's not just like a follow but never hear any more from him, never see him again. And we had it on Mixer as well when me and Steph used to do like IRL walk-in streams. We would have some people come in the chat and be like, are you going on Fortnite today? And it's like, we're literally in the middle of a field with a phone in our hands. Like, what are we supposed to, like, what sort of a question is that? Also, thank you so much for that in the chat. I appreciate that. But like,
that's my boy.
Thank you for that. But like, I feel like it's a whole different, like, I don't know, maturity of viewer. And I think the people that are in the chat tend to genuinely want to watch and chat rather than just come to say, can I play a game or can I get something for free? Or
yeah, I think one negative that I felt on Mixer was I like having a mature community, and that you always notice that content, if you would be like stream always on 18 plus, that kind of stuff, you would miss out on a lot. And also on 18 plus was still filled with kids anyway, so that didn't even make that much of a difference. Well, right now I feel like I didn't, that annoyance of like child like that, I felt like I haven't had that on here. That you notice like you're clearly 12.
yeah, no, I know what you mean. I feel like it's just nice to see. It may be that some people see almost like slower growth with less follows, but the follows that they do get are more meaningful. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing that I've noticed between the two as well. And like you were saying about where what worked on Mixer doesn't necessarily work on Twitch. I definitely agree with that as well. I guess you could see a lot of people that switched over. I guess some people were finding that what they were doing on Mixer doesn't work, and there's a lot of people that are reinventing themselves. There's been some that have unfortunately stopped streaming, and some are doing amazing. It's a real mix, and I guess it's interesting to see. I mean, I guess for myself. I was already in that process on Mixer before it shut down, that I was kind of changing what I was doing and not necessarily enjoying it. Like, I think one thing that annoyed me a little bit is for a long time I was known as a Fortnite streamer, which, to be fair, I did play it for a long time. However, I pretty much stopped it completely early in this year. And I was trying different games, and I don't think I've ever streamed so many different things. And
this is so cool though, like massive congrats on this whole concept, because I think it's something that a lot of people want to do,
yeah,
but don't put in the effort to actually go for it, and I think that's amazing.
Well, this concept was something that I actually wanted to do a long time ago, but I guess on Mixer I didn't really feel that it would work. And
it probably wouldn't have worked.
I think because I was at the point on Mixer where I wasn't really enjoying what I was doing anyway, I guess I saw it as quite a good opportunity to start it, because it is basically a rebuild over, it's a complete restart, so I thought I might.
But I think it's good that you take that risk though, because I've seen other Fortnite streamers. I never watch Fortnite, but I've seen streamers do really well with it.
Yeah.
And then everyone knows, like, oh, this is because this game and it won't last if I do something else. But still, like, when that moment comes, it hits them really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I've seen people go completely lose themselves in that concept, while you're like, this is just the way it is, let's go. And I think it's better to be like, this is what it's going to be now, and build yourself again, because you have a massive amount of people that know you and like you already. So with that, I think it's great that you take that risk.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna work really well.
Yeah, I think I had a chat with a lot of people. I had a lot of chats with Steph about it, and my moderators as well. And it was basically just that I wasn't enjoying playing games. Like at the moment,
Yeah.
I do the odd game on stream. Like I've been doing a bit of Fall Guys, and actually I don't really know.
That.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole playing games on Mixer for 3 years. I think maybe just the culture of constantly people coming in asking if they can play or if they can get free stuff out of you. I think I just got fed up with it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I sort of started falling out of love with Fortnite, and I think this new season was like the complete final straw for me. I think when I built a box and a shark launched itself through the wall and killed me in one hit, I was like, this is ridiculous, I'm never playing this again. So yeah, that was the final straw on that. And then I tried to do a bit of Rocket League, and I think I felt that there was too much pressure to be good on it, whereas I just wanted to chill out and have fun. I know Rocket League it's like an esports sort of game. Yeah, there's a lot of esports behind it, and there's a lot of good players on it, and I wasn't really enjoying playing it too much on stream, but I feel like now I've got a bit more freedom, and I can just do whatever. My schedule at the moment is basically a podcast on Monday and a web show on Friday, and then just whatever else. I might even do like a Wing It Wednesday where I just do whatever, but I kind of like having the freedom now, and I feel like there's no pressure and no expectations, and I'm just excited. I don't think I've been this excited for quite a while.
I'm so happy to hear that. I love when people are like passionate about something. Like, I don't even care what it is. Thank God it's something that I like too. I love when people like this gives me so much joy, and I think it will show as well. I think with the game thing, I really recognize that when people are like, oh, it's so weird with study streams and stuff. And I'm like, but you need to imagine that you're at work all day long.
Yeah.
And sometimes your brain is just tired. And what I cannot do then is like read chat for 4 hours while trying to not die.
Exactly.
Something.
Yeah.
This is way more relaxing. I'm super relaxed right now. I had a horrible day at work. Well, if I would have played a game now trying to survive, I would be more stressed out.
No, I know what you mean. I've had a full day at work as well, and I quite like this format because it just means that I could just chill out and chat, and I don't need to try and be good at a game or work stuff out. I could just chill, and it's exactly what I need, which is good. Do you know what's interesting though? I think the one thing that sparked all of this off was Gamescom last year, where we hosted that thing for Utomic. because I've never done anything like that before. I was terrified. I rewatched part of it, and I was so scared at the start when I was asking that guy. Well, I forgot his name, which was the first awkward bit. I completely forgot the guy's name. How did you find that experience?
Oh man, it was so hard because I loved it because I was so grateful that it was with you and Rob, because it was like, okay, I feel comfortable with these people, but I was so nervous that it took all the fun out of it for me. Like looking outside and seeing people on a sofa, like, and hearing our names shout through a hallway, I was like, this is a bit much. But I like the concept and like the interviewing and I think if you would get comfortable with it, I liked it a lot, but it was just a lot. And yeah, but I liked it.
I think it was the fact as well that it was also last minute, that we literally turned up there and we were supposed to be doing, what was it, a speed run of a specific game, and then it turned out that, oh no, actually what's going to happen is you're going to play this game and you're going to interview the developer. And it was like, what? We've got no questions, we know nothing about the person or the game. I think it was it literally was, we were winging it, but it was good fun. I think I was terrified to start with, but I kind of got a bit settled in as it went on. And
I was like, okay, I have not the focus for this. I can watch and speak, but I cannot watch and ask questions and play. So I was very grateful that I was like pushing the controller in your hands, like, you die.
I didn't realize how much pressure it would be playing a game in front of the person that developed it.
Yeah.
Because
that's their like life, right? At that moment, and you're like, it's fun.
And you have to like try and not make it look bad, like if you get stuck and you just can't do it, or
when something goes horribly wrong, like what do you do? I remember at one point thinking like, this is not good. I don't even remember what, but I remember the feeling of like, this is really bad. And then it was like, let's move on.
Well, the worst bit was it was a dungeon game and we couldn't get past the first boss in like an hour or two. We even given the controller to the developer and he couldn't do it either.
He couldn't do it either.
I think that was the worst bit, that we had to interview someone and chat about their game and he couldn't even play his game either.
We were playing the first thing over and over and over again.
It was literally the same bit, wasn't it? Was it an hour or 2 hours? I can't even remember how long it was.
It was too long in my mind. Just because we were stuck, right? Not because it was bad or anything.
I don't even know, how did we even get into that situation where we were doing that? Was it a tweet? I can't even remember how it all happened.
I think it was a tweet that we responded to, and then they invited us.
Oh, to a group chat. Yeah.
Because we didn't even know that it was us all. I think we came in and it was like, oh, you too. Oh.
We all knew each other. Yeah. It was it was an experience, but I think it pushed me like so far out of my comfort zone that I don't know, I kind of enjoyed it and I wanted to try and do it again and do more, and I guess that's where the idea of this sort of thing like came from.
I love it. I also love it.
But I'm really enjoying it so far. We're like, what? This is like episode 5. Yeah, episode 5. I love that you know as well. Episode 5 so far.
Yeah, and like when you get to 100, I'm gonna be like, I was the 5th. I'm ready. Brag how I was the 5th person.
Yeah, but it's honestly been really fun, and I just want to like chat to more and more different people and hear about. Well, I think I said recently that I want to like expand it from not just streamers, but also to like game developers and I don't know. Also, I may have got told off in a tweet by someone as well because I said community managers and game developers, and they were like, they're the same thing. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, no. I was thinking more game developers as in the people that actually like build the games, and then community managers as the ones that work for the company. But
someone else said it was the same thing.
Yeah, I was corrected and told that they're the same thing, which in my mind they're not. But
in my mind they're not. You have a person who's like making a game, and then you have the person who's like, are you gonna stream it? Are you gonna stream it?
Yeah, that's what I had in my mind. Yeah, that's literally what I had in my mind. But I guess it's those sort of people that I think it would be cool to talk to as well. And I don't know, I'm just excited to see where it goes. I feel like there's no pressure to do well on it, and it's just been really fun so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part, right? As long as you have fun with it.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great.
I hope so. I hope so. We'll see. We'll see. It's been really great so far. I've really enjoyed it so far.
Good.
Now, in terms of
can I drink?
Oh, of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. I'll do the same, actually. Here you go. Cheers. Mine's non-alcoholic. I don't know if yours is as well.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I had alcohol on stream, so wish me luck.
Oh.
It's fine, it's only one drink. It's not.
All the stories are going to come out later.
Yeah, all those bitches out there. No.
So, brands that you work with at the moment. So you work with Xgamer. Am I right? I can see it in the background as well. Are there any brands that you would like to work with? They could be as crazy as you want.
Yeah. So my dream is to work with SteelSeries.
I saw you tweet them.
I got actually really close.
What happened?
The mixer shut down.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I think I was really lucky because I knew people who work with them, and they brought me in contact with other people, and they promoted me a little bit. And then I did a tweet that did really well, and some other stuff that they were really excited about, and they are still really excited about my content. They told me, and that's the one thing, is that when they work on Twitch, the average viewership numbers that they use are a lot higher, loads higher than mine. But the last message I got was like, we're still trying to get you in because I actually really like what you do. But I think losing a few streams now with work and stuff was not the best look. So I don't know. I think since streaming for me is a hobby, I'm not very dependent on a sponsorship. In terms of like, I don't need the money, if it makes sense, because it doesn't pay my bills. So I'm kind of just like, you know what, SteelSeries, I'm gonna go for it forever, and we'll see.
I hope that does happen one day, though. That would be awesome.
I must say that I've been also really excited, and that's because of Gamescom, where we could speak with the guys from Astro and Logitech.
Yeah,
they were really nice as well. So I'm fully open to it. You know. I'm kind of like, I don't want to shoot on how do you say in English? Two birds and then miss both or something.
So like, as in two companies that do the same thing, and I
think it might piss one off if I'm like, I'm really here for you guys, and then suddenly like try to work with another one, you know.
I think that's one thing I love about Gamescom and events, is that you can literally get directly in touch with a lot of the brands. And if no one's been to Gamescom before, imagine, I don't even know how to describe it, but basically nearly 400,000 people attend it over the course of the week. And it's any event in the UK, it is about 10 times the size of it. I know Steph would be able to confirm that as well, because that was her first ever Gamescom last year, and it was crazy. And there's just so many companies there. Although I've got gripes with some of them. I don't think I should call out the names. There was one that Gamescom 2018. I spoke to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we would love to work with you. Here's our business card." Ignored all my emails, and then I saw the person at Insomnia in the UK. Actually, no, it's EGX in the UK in October. Same person. He's like, "Oh yeah, sorry." He given me his business card again. It's like, so I had that emailed, ignored it again, and then I saw them at yet another event, and then just given up. Yeah. There was also another one which was a different share company to GT Omega, and they said they were interested as well. Spoke to the guy. He said he was interested. He was just working on stuff because they opened up new operations in the UK. And then he went all quiet on me, so I reached out to the company directly, and they said they reviewed my case and would not like to at this time. It was like, so this was about a 4-month process to get that answer after the And I think that's one thing that you probably find a lot with trying to reach out to companies, is that some of them may give you false hope. Like there was
Yeah, I kind
one.
of stopped doing it
Yeah,
altogether.
I have at the moment as well. There was one at Gamescom 2018 where they literally took my measurements for a chair and said, "We will send you a free chair," and then the person quit a job and they wouldn't speak to me.
I think that is something that people also underestimate. What is really hard is that you need to spend so much time working with a brand, but a lot of times you work with a specific person
Yeah,
and then they leave.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
like,
Yeah,
no, you're the only person that really knew me, and I was constantly messaging, and you're leaving, and that is so scary.
I think it's important as well that it's not just here's an affiliate code, you sell our stuff sort of thing as well. One of the companies that me and Steph work with is Stealth Gaming, who do these headsets, and
Yeah, I've seen it.
they're such an awesome company. Like they not only have they sent us loads of these, which are probably stacked up just there, but they've like gone above and beyond to try and help us as well. So it's not just about us pushing their product.
Oh, nice.
So they've done things like they put us in touch with 2K Games, and on that Gamescom last year, that's how me and Steph streamed for 2K at Gamescom. They literally Stealth put us in touch with them, and then they've also they got us free tickets for certain events like EGX and Insomnia in the UK.
We are back emailing Stealth Gaming right now.
They also put us in touch with Sega as well, which Sega, I don't know about you, but Sega was the first console that I ever had when I was growing up. And
I didn't really have.
Did you not?
We had a Nintendo, and that was it. And I got a Game Boy.
Oh, I had a Game Boy as well, to be fair. Did you start on the original Game Boy, or Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance?
No, I started with the original one for my brother and sisters, but I quickly got a Game Boy Color.
Was your first game on it Pokemon?
Yes.
Yep, so was mine. Pokemon Yellow is the one that I got.
Oh, that was a. I wanted to get Yellow. My mother was very strict with games, right? And she was like, "No, you don't need this." And I was like, "But I want this." And then the funny thing was that just that day, right? How bad for educational purposes. One of her friends came over and she was like, "Oh, I still need to give you a birthday gift. What do you want?" And I was like, "Pokemon Yellow." And she was like, "Let's go to the store." And my mom was like, "I'm trying to not raise a brat here." But I guess that didn't work out because I got Pokemon Yellow the day I mentioned that I wanted it. So that was absolutely great for me.
So have you always been like game like Nintendo, like Game Boy and Switch, and did you go down that route, or did you do PC gaming, or how did you get into gaming? Was it just Game Boy, or?
I think I kind of got into gaming because of streaming. If I think about it, we had Nintendo with Mario a little bit with my brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And then I got Pokemon. And then I had nothing. And then I think at university or a few years before, I got really into League of Legends.
Okay.
Kind of because my social group was fully in it. So it was more of a after
peer pressure.
Yeah. And only Sims. I think Sims was the only PC game that I knew and had.
Yep.
And then maybe one or two after. But I think, yeah, kind of just League of Legends. And then no gaming for years, and then started streaming, and I was like, I need to do something on this stream. So I guess I'll play Sims.
So you got back into gaming for streams?
Yeah, because I'm actually not a gamer. Like I don't. People are like, so what do you game offline? And I'm like, offline? I don't game offline.
I was gonna say, I can see the Nintendo Switch in the background, Animal Crossing. I can see Planet Zoo. I can see Zelda.
Gamer girl. Yeah, it started with like when I got the PC to stream and stuff, then I got the Switch. Then I fell in love with the visuals of Detroit Become Human, and I started to discover that I love story games. So I got a PlayStation, and then because everyone with Xbox got cool codes for games on Mixer, I bought an Xbox. At one point, I was like, this is so silly. I lose more money with buying the games that I want to stream on Xbox than just getting cheap Xbox and then getting the free codes. So, sorry. But yeah, now we're all set.
I think I've been going through my emails recently because I found codes that Xbox had sent me that I'd never, like Mixer had sent, and I'd never redeemed them. So I've just been like redeeming them recently. So I've got the Star Wars game. What was it?
Oh my god!
Saying Order. I can't remember what it's called. I've still never played it yet. Mixer gave me a free code for it. I've still never played it. And I also found one for Ghostbusters as well, the remastered one, which I've redeemed that one as well. Like, I've just found these old codes that Mixer sent, and I just never redeemed.
What I noticed is, were you on sites like Arsenal?
Yeah.
We lost that account, right?
Yeah.
So
did you link your Twitch account to it before it shut down?
No.
See, I realized I didn't do that with Streamloots, and I was a Streamloots partner, and now I think my account is gone or inactive, so I don't know if there's any... Oh, can I?
Yeah, so I did that this week because I logged in and I lost all my cards. Wait, let me check this for you really quick. So now I need to log in with Twitch. I emailed them, and 2 days later, if it's true, I'm gonna check now. Yes. So just email them.
Okay.
Ask me later, like to what email you need to do, because you literally need to ask, can you fix my Mixer account?
Yeah, I totally realized I hadn't logged into it for ages, and I was like, oh, it's a bit too late now. My account's gone. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do, but okay, yeah, I might do that after this stream. Actually, I might drop an email. Yeah. So on the subject of streams, what would you say are your greatest achievements or your most memorable moments from your streams over the last, what was it, 2.5 years?
Oh man, I get super emotional already. I'm not even thinking about a moment. My highest moment was definitely getting a press card to Gamescom. That was the confidence boost of my life. It was, I don't know, that's a forever thing. Like, being able to go to an event that size with your name on as press, it's just so surreal. So I would say that I feel, also because at Gamescom I could stream Planet Zoo before it released, and one of the games that little Mary played on the old computer at home was a cracked version of Zoo Tycoon. So Planet Zoo was actually one of the games that I like looked forward to because it was a like emotional connection, and then being able to get in the booth and play it there and stream it live. On stream, I think I would say like it's kind of always a special streams, right? The partnerversary ending with a pie in my face is something that I said I would never do, and I did.
Cake in the face purely due to an off-the-cuff remark. So wait, that actually happened? I didn't think I saw that one.
Yeah, that's my my sub alert right now. It's just me getting a pie in my face and screaming "fuck" really loud.
Oh no, I have seen it. I have seen your alert. I didn't realize that that's what it was though.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's amazing.
Was cool. I think for me it was also cool. I think is moments where the community changed something in my life that I didn't expect. So for example, last summer, I think, we traveled, and on the way back on the airplane, I think it was stolen, but like I lost my headset. So basically what happened was I put it under my chair, and then when we left to take everything out, and I was already back home, and I noticed that I didn't have it anymore. But everything else that was under my chair I still had. So I was like, I really think the person behind me took it, or that it would have slipped further away, and that then the people of the plane took it, because I called immediately and they were like, oh no, we didn't find anything. But I'm like, it cannot be like be vanished, right? And I felt really upset by it, because I was like, this is kind of something that sometimes happens to me, that I forget stuff somewhere randomly because I'm just all over the place with my head. And then the stream after, they all came together and immediately raised enough to get the headset again. And that was crazy for me because I felt so undeserving of that. And I don't know, it's so weird that you get to a situation where you feel horrible about yourself, and then these people on the internet lift you up.
Yeah.
just because it's you. Just
That's
that
so
idea
cool.
is very like intangible. No, okay, you know what I mean, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome though, and I guess that must be I don't know. I guess a surprise, but also quite emotional to know that people would want to do that for you. That people that
yeah.
you've just met
Well,
online and who's cutting
yeah.
them damn
Why?
onions? I see that in the chat.
I the last time that happened was with the virus thing. So suddenly, I've been put on furlough, I think the word is.
Yeah, yeah,
So I wasn't fired, but I didn't have an income anymore for my job.
yeah.
And same with my partner. And that was very like and how do you say it? Humiliate no, not humiliate, like that you get your feet back on the ground and like how do you say it?
Um, what's the word, chat? What's the word? Trying to
I
think.
know it in Dutch, right? But I have no clue what it is in English.
Uh,
Okay, I'm gonna
yeah,
Google it.
I can't think what it could be. Would it be humbling?
Humbling, I think. I was with the but not humiliating, but yeah, humbling, I think. So I
Yeah,
was like, objectively, I work in law and he's an engineer. So objectively, we should be totally great financially, right? Um, and then that happened, and suddenly both of us were put on furlough, and I was like, holy shit. Right, this really sucks because the bills keep on coming. And people in stream help us out. I feel bad because it's two times the financial thing that I mentioned, but I think that's because that's the most thing that I don't understand about streaming still, that you would help someone financially in that way coming out of a hole
yeah.
that they are not responsible for. So they're just like, hey, you're in a shitty situation. Let's help. And that was really crazy to be like, I actually went through that period a lot easier because I had streaming,
Yeah.
and that baffles me.
I think it's been a crazy time with I think it's impacted everyone the whole so like you said about furlough as well, you're in an industry where you thought it wouldn't really happen.
Yeah.
I've had the same with my job. I myself didn't get furloughed, but several of my colleagues did. Even though we would have like these weekly meetings with the company, and they're like, well, everything's going fine, and we're not expecting to have any problems and stuff. And we were like, really though? And I think they said more that it was more to protect their finances in case anything got
Yeah.
worse. But
Yeah.
I guess when you're on the other end of that and you're the one being told actually you're getting furloughed, it's kind of a war. I guess it was a worrying situation because it's like, am I going
What
to
if
keep
I
my
get
job at the end
fired?
of it? Or yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Because what happened here in Belgium was that with the lockdown, they suddenly, like, people could not sign legal documents anymore unless they were, like, really urgent. But in general, what we do is not really urgent, like house sales, for example, they can wait, that kind of stuff. So it was like, okay, if they put us on for low, they can handle this for a bit. But if
yeah,
they need to do this for a long time, they'll have to fire people. And I'm not there that long. There's been people that work at my company for 20 years. So as someone who works there 2 years, you're like, I'm the one to go. Like from a
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah. And also you cannot really start somewhere else because I can only do one thing. So it's yeah, really stressful
So how
situation.
did you get into law anyway? Of all areas to get into, how did that happen?
My dad was in law too.
Oh, okay, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so basically he did exactly what I do now, so it's kind of like a oh well, I'm that person. Um but I went along with him all the time, and of course then he can talk to you all the time um about what he does. And the particular job that he did is something that I really liked as well because um what we do, I feel like a lot with law is being more opposite to each other. Like being a lawyer, you defend a client no matter what. And I feel like in my job, what I do is I stand in between people and I
Yeah,
try to make compromises and make solutions that work for both parties. And sometimes I tell my client to like, you need to give in a little bit because you're not in the right. And that's what I really like about my job, that it's not like fighting all the time, but more like coming to a solution.
Yeah.
And then my sister went to law school. I mean, her was just like, man, she looks so cool. She's so smart. I want to be like my big sister. And then law school was horrible. I actually hated it. But I love what I do now. So thank God I kept doing it.
The studying's out the way.
Yeah, it was on stream once.
Now, I just saw someone mention the cat. They work with kittens and puppies all day. Now, it also says on your bio that you're a proud cat mum.
Yes.
How many cats do you have?
2.
2 cats.
Do you want to see one?
Oh, sure, yeah. If any of them are nearby.
Wait,
now she's gonna be that cat mum that like chases the cats around the house. They're like, no, I don't want to be petted right now. I don't want attention. Just leave me alone. And she's like, no, come on. But we'll see. I don't know anything about these cats, by the way. I've never seen them before.
Oh, yeah. Where's the mama? Yeah.
This is a typical cat thing to do, where they're just sat there and they're like, I'm not doing what you say. Yeah, they're like, I'm not doing what you say.
Oliphant. You followed me all the way here, and I was like, I hate your legs, woman. He's looking at the air conditioning thing. He's like, what's that? Strange now. Come still. He's like, normally you push me away when you're.
The cat has got stage fright. Oh, there we go. So how old is this cat?
This one is. How old are you? 3? When did we get you?
Oh, still pretty young. Oh, it can hear the purring. Yeah, we can hear the purring. There's a bit of ASMR for all of you, chat. Oh, that's adorable. We don't have any pets at the moment. The one of the conditions of our rent was the landlord said that we're not allowed any pets, although we're going to try and negotiate. So I think it's because they just freshly redecorate the whole place and it's got like cream carpets everywhere, and yeah, so we're going to work on that one, but maybe one day we'll get a cat or a dog or something.
It too. They were like, no, and we were like, she's really good, and then we got another one.
Then you got 2.
Yeah.
Does your landlord know that you've got 2 cats, or did you just tell him about one?
Yeah, we were just like, you know what? At the end, like you have they block a certain amount of money, and then in the end, they decide if they give it back to you if the apartment is fine.
Yeah. Oh, the deposit. Yeah.
Yeah, so we won't get it back. So that's the price that we pay for these golden kids. Yeah.
That's adorable. Now, I've got another question as well. I don't know how aware you are of this, but can you confirm or deny to the chat, are you signing for Brime?
No. Sorry if you are. Sorry if someone is.
Have you seen what's happened recently on Twitter with the whole Brime situation?
No. See, so that's the thing though, right? I've been kind of offline the whole week.
Yeah. Oh, it's got spicy this week. So I think it was a couple of days ago. The person behind Brime, Mixer Magic, he has been served a cease and desist order to shut down Brime, basically, before it's even launched, because apparently he's stolen or advertising technology that he does not own.
That's big law business.
There's another platform which I believe is called Luna, which is a new platform that's being made, and apparently they spoke to his developers or him about their technology, and they were potentially, I don't know, maybe going to work together or something, and it didn't work out, but Brime carried on advertising that they were going to do all this stuff that isn't theirs. And yeah, he put a video up on Twitter basically saying that someone's trying to shut it down, and you can literally see in the replies the person saying, we're not saying shut down Brian, we're saying keep it for all we care. However, we want you to stop using our ideas and stop promoting these as your... It's got serious now. And also, on top of that, the moderation team has quit.
Oh, whoa.
So they did a post. They did a post to say that they weren't being told what was going on and how serious it was, and they haven't been transparent. So they, and well, at least some of the mods are leaving. So it's all got proper serious.
I think some people really don't understand how ideas and technologies on the internet are not something that you can just take.
Yeah.
I feel like in general on the internet, we're like stealing images and like just intellectual property and stuff. I think people just don't understand that it's a thing. Like
it's such a massive area. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not gonna take an item out of someone's house, but you're like, oh, I like what you're doing here. I'm just gonna do exactly the same.
Exactly. Yeah. I think Grime started as like a complete misunderstanding where it was just someone that said, I want to make a new platform. But I spoke to Bob about this and he worded it very well, and he literally said, don't announce something before it exists, which is basically what they did. They basically announced it before anything existed, before there was any team or anything, and somehow it got linked to Dr. Disrespect and it just kind of exploded. And yeah, so what they did is they made an account for this platform that they wanted to create. And quite stupidly, they followed the people that didn't have a platform. So they followed Ninja, Shroud, Dr. Disrespect, and a couple of others. So news agencies, after Dr. Disrespect got banned, they found this account, which is like, oh, we're a new streaming platform, and it was following those specific people that hadn't announced what platform they're going to be on. And they were like, oh, maybe this is the new platform. So they started putting all these stories out, and it kind of exploded. And rather than early on, them addressing it, saying, no, we're not affiliated with any of these people, this is not Dr. Disrespect's new platform or anything, they didn't do that. They just kind of played on the rumors.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that, and like, why did you not deny this? Yeah,
they were just like, we would love to work with them. And it's like, you could just say, we're not, but we would love to. But they were like, we would love to work with them. And it's, I think it just got worse and worse, and it almost became a bit of a running joke, like how they said they were doing stress testing and they put up a website from a $3 a month web hosting company that was like a WordPress website, which is like a blog. And they said they were stress testing their servers with a blog. And then they did that alpha sign up, which was MailChimp, but because they were on a free account, there was a limit of how many people could sign up. But also they spelt things wrong in that. They didn't have a privacy policy or terms and conditions. They didn't have any of that. And it just kind of went out of control, and it's where it is right now. It's yeah, crazy. I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel bad for the guy behind it because he had good intentions to want to do something like that, but I don't think he really thought it through, and he got a bit carried away and played on the hype, and it's kind of backfired.
Yeah, you kind of like immediately want to play with the big boys, but I think if you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, you don't understand how the big boys play.
It even got to the point on Twitter where they were calling out Twitch because someone paid, I think it was like $50,000 for Brime.com, and they said that it was Twitch buying it so that they couldn't have it, and just stuff like that. And it just got worse and worse, and I think now it's just at the point where everyone's like, it's never gonna happen. It was a bit, crazy.
Yeah, I'm in general just, I'm not going to take any risks anymore. And then I'm thinking, like, what group would you recommend of doing that? And I cannot even think about a group. Like, if you already had a big platform on Twitch, on a Mixer, I would be like, just be big on Twitch immediately. Don't lose that. Don't take the risk of losing your community. If you were small, like, maybe if you just start out, maybe then, like, just whatever. Whoa, loud. Okay.
I think it's I guess if you've seen a few people go to different platforms like Trovo and I think I even saw a couple go to D Live as well, but I'm really skeptical about a lot of those platforms. There's a lot of things I don't like, and a lot of people said that they've gone to Trovo because it feels like Mixer used to, but that's not a good thing in my mind.
Yeah, like, look what happened.
Yeah, and I guess the thing as well is that isn't Trovo owned by Tencent? Is that right? Which is
yeah, it was owned by. See, that's the thing though. Like when I decide I'm not gonna do something, I like it also doesn't take space in my head anymore. So I'm just like no, and then I literally forget all the info about.
Well, I guess imagine if Trovo blows up, and if it is owned by Tencent, imagine Trump signing another order to say, yeah, we're banning Trovo in America as well. Like, I honestly think that it's at a point with streaming and stuff where it's so difficult for any other platform to make a dent now. Like,
yeah, I also think that if you look at like who would decide to go there right now, I feel like what they're doing is very similar to what Mixer was doing in the beginning, like throwing money at streamers.
Yeah.
And that attracts people in the beginning.
But I guess Facebook's doing the same.
I cannot imagine a lot of people. I feel like the people who streamed and who were like, ooh, I want to try something new, I want to grow the platform. I feel like those people were on Mixer.
Yeah.
And if you are that way, I think you would already been on Mixer. And those people all got hurt and don't want to do that again. Yeah. So the only people that I can see going to Trove right now is people who want easy money. Because I cannot imagine the group of people who's like, I want to build something new and grow its platform. I think they're still all hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a look on Trovo. I signed up there just to get the name so that no one else could. But I mean, first thing that stood out to me is it looked like a Twitch clone. But it also had weird bits that looked similar to Mixer. Like it had a little skills section which had little stickers which kind of looked like the ones that you get of Embers, but a bit different.
5-bit stickers.
Yeah, so it had that. But I don't really see the appeal to it, and it seems like a really mobile heavy platform. And yeah, I didn't see the appeal to that at all. And then there was Caffeine.tv, which I think is one of the only platforms that ever actually reached out to me to try and convince me to switch to their platform, which, if you've never seen that platform before, it looks awful. Honestly, it doesn't look like a streaming platform. Like,
I heard of it.
If you go to Caffeine.tv, let's see your live reaction right now. And this is another streaming platform as well. I'd be interested to see what you think of it. And then try going into a stream and seeing if you can work it out. Like, there's like
it's like an app store.
Yeah, like the chat is a few blocks below the stream, and there's no like follow button, or there's just like it's confusing. Like,
I'm gonna look at this lady. Let's see.
It's just like there's nothing there. There's the video, and that's it.
She's live though. Oh no, she's off air. Wait. Give me a second.
The other thing I was confused about is like it says on the streams, like it says like 17 plus, but I couldn't work out if it was an age rating or if it was viewer numbers, and they all just say 17 plus. Like, it's just such a confusing platform.
Okay, so he's streaming. Where's the chat? I'm gonna find the chat. There's no chat.
So the chat basically appears as these blocks below the stream, which are like, it shows like 5 messages at a time, and they go from like left to right, but there's no order. They just like randomly appear when people type there.
Like, where do you type?
Exactly. It's honestly so confusing.
I'm pressing buttons now, and I don't know what they do, so I'm scared. Oh, I can move his camera. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I still haven't found chat. Okay.
No, honestly, it's such a confusing platform. And then there's D Live, which didn't they get bought out by Bitcoin or something like that, or some cryptocurrency? And I know everyone kicked off about that because all the creators on there basically lost loads of money from it. And so there's that one. We've spoke about Trovo. Facebook Gaming is an interesting one. Did you ever consider moving there after they made the offer to Mixer streamers and partners about switching?
So I considered being that douchebag, getting the bonus and then leaving. I considered being that.
But to be honest, I guess
at least I'm gonna say it. I feel like a lot of people are literally the same way, but are like, oh no, it's not for me. No, I like Like, let's be honest.
Honestly, I guess, like, especially with everything that was going on, and like you were saying, where you'd been furloughed, and with the world the way it is right now, if they're offering like $2,500, I think everybody would see like, hold on, what's the catch? Like, what's the terms of this? But
yeah, we know the catch, right? The problem is, so I'm not okay. So basically, before you get the contract offer, you need to sign an NDA, right?
Yeah.
So the thing that kept me from doing it, I don't know if can we disclose it? Do people know it? I have no clue.
I mean, I've already mentioned it on here before, and I didn't sign the NDA. So if I know and I haven't signed the NDA, then we can totally say it. So
can you say it now so we can talk openly?
Yeah. So the catch was that if you're in Europe, you had to exclusively stream there, and if you're in America, you didn't. So basically, I don't really know many European streamers that partnered with them, because to be told that you can only stream here if you want to meet all those requirements and stuff is kind of bad.
Oh, the big money. Damn it.
Yeah, and it's been interesting because after watching people on there, it seems to be really high viewer numbers and really high amounts of views, but then in terms of like chat engagement and stuff, it seems to be quite low.
It's like, can you chat without your real name now? Because
you can on PC. If you have a Facebook page, you can switch it to chat as your page. That's what I do when I'm on there, but you can't do it on mobile, so I can't watch it on mobile, which is kind of stupid.
You need to stream games?
Yeah, that's the other thing as well. For Facebook Gaming Partnership, you can only stream games.
So how am I going to pass my exams
then? Well, they say that if it's not gaming content, it's on normal Facebook and not Facebook Gaming. Which is,
Can you stream on Facebook?
Just like on your Facebook page, it would be. Yeah, so it'd be like a stream on your Facebook page rather than on Facebook Gaming. If it's non-gaming content.
In high school are like, what is that big computer that you have?
Yeah, so I think that's one thing that upset a lot of people as well, is that they literally said it's only for gaming content. And everyone was like, wait, but I don't do gaming content, so that's not going to work, is it? The other thing as well, which I'm just trying to see if I can find it on my phone right now, is I've noticed a lot of people that switched over, they've been heavily pushing them with... They like appear on my normal Facebook timeline with the little sponsored bit below their name.
Yeah.
And it's Facebook adverts. And that's one thing that I also don't really like about the platform, is that essentially you can get more people to view your stream by paying Facebook advertising to show your stream to more people. And I kind of feel like that's a bit of a pay to win thing of streams. Like, businesses could go on there if they got the money. They could drop a load of money and get their stream in front of like tens of thousands of people. Whereas like, if I go on there, I'm like, I just want to make a little bit of money out of it. I don't have to pay. And I get the impression probably a lot of people that went there would use some of that money for Facebook advertising just to get promoted a little bit more, so more people see him. But
yeah, and people will be desperate. So that's sad, because you kind of force someone to pay to be good at what they love, even though they might not.
It kind of sucks that they've literally made like a pay-to-win format for streams. I'm just trying to see if I can see any mixer streamers. I keep seeing it every time I go on Facebook. I go on my timeline, and there's usually one mixer streamer that's on there, and it says sponsored below their name, and it shows their stream. Interestingly enough, I can't see any at the moment, and I wonder if it's maybe Facebook have stopped sponsoring them, because I'm assuming for the first couple of months it was actually Facebook sponsoring the streamers and not the streamers paying out their own money. But I can't actually see any now, so maybe they've stopped doing that. Maybe because it's been, what's it been now, like a month and a half? Maybe Facebook have stopped doing that, but...
I think I saw one yesterday, though.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw some yesterday as well, but I can't find any right now. I got a suggested for you, but that's not anyone that I know. Yeah, no, I can't find any now.
I only get Queen though, so that might be because I'm following her or something.
Well, I don't think I'm following any of them on Facebook Gaming, because I tried to work out if I could follow with my page, and I can't find out a way of doing it. So I didn't want to follow some of them on my personal account and then pop in the chat. So funny story. One of the people that I had on here before streams on Facebook, and they liked my Facebook page. And of course, it shows their personal account and their full name. So I literally saw the profile picture. I was like, it literally shows their name, and this is exactly the reason that I don't want to.
I had that too with someone.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that's your name, I guess.
It's like this is the reason that I don't want to stream on there.
It's troll. Like, if you're private settings, so I'm like, oh, so this was you in high school, I guess. I'm a creep now. But then...
I think the main thing that everyone's worried about is not necessarily just that it uses personal accounts, but I guess for like Steph as an example, her parents watch her streams quite often, and if they obviously popped into the chat on a Facebook stream, they'd be on their personal profiles. Instantly, you've got their full names, their location. If their profiles aren't locked down, you can then find all the family. You can find like Steph's personal profile where she is. They could find me, and it just kind of snowballs from there. And it's such a dangerous thing. Like, unless you've kept all your streams completely secret from friends and family, the chances of one of them popping in and one person being able to trace from there because your friend's account isn't locked down, it's kind of dangerous, and it's kind of worrying because there are some crazy people out there.
Yeah. And also, I personally like that nobody I know watches. The thought that somebody I know watches me creeps me out, because I know that was good about Mixer as well, because nobody knew it. So I know that my brother was following me on Twitch with his son as well. So Auntie Mary. But then the funny thing was, so I was on Mixer and was like, "You're never streaming anymore." And I'm like, and then now I'm back and he's like, "Oh, you're streaming again." I'm like, "Yeah." And then he's like spamming like 1 bit, and I'm like, "Oh man." So I told my mom, so I was like, "Don't ban him. I love the kid." So annoying.
I had an experience with that. I know what you mean, that it's a bit weird when you have like family and friends come in the stream sometimes. I guess for Steph's it's a bit different because they're really involved with it and they understand streaming, and Steph's dad streams as well.
I know, I saw him.
Oh, it's so cool, isn't it? And then I made the mistake. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but you know when you do a story on Instagram?
No.
If you do an Instagram story, for some reason, they did an update on the app that by default meant that it also posts the story to my Facebook profile. So I did a story.
Did it have Twitter too? Because I posted one picture and suddenly it appeared on Twitter, and I was like...
So I posted a story on Instagram, say I'm live now on Twitch, and put the link there. And then people from like IRL started coming in the stream. Like, there was people that I used to go to university with and stuff, and I was so confused. I was like, well, what's going on? And honestly, although it was quite funny, it was really awkward. I went onto Facebook and I found out that it had posted my Instagram story to my personal Facebook story, not even my page story, to my personal one. So it was like, well, I guess everybody knows that I stream now. So I actually did a test on one of these podcasts a couple of weeks ago where I got the phone down here. I got the phone down here. I took a picture of my chin for my Instagram story, and I checked Facebook and it posted it to my Facebook story. I was like, I've just posted a picture of my chin to all my family and friends on Facebook. And I worked out now that when you do the story, you can actually change your default settings of who it shares it to and take out Facebook. So I've done that now because I realized that I announced to all my friends and family on Facebook that I stream, and they decided to come in the stream and troll me. So
that's the day that I stopped streaming. If this happened, I'm not kidding.
It was so awkward because I think when the realization set in of what I had done, it was like, oh no, like when I recognized like one of their names because it was someone I went to uni with, and I added him on, I think it was PlayStation, and he had the same name as there, and I was like, I recognize that name. And then all their group of mates came in, and then people that I played football with came in as well, and it was like, oh no, like, and they were like, we didn't know you stream, and it was like, yeah, I kind of didn't want to let anyone know that I did, but...
it's not, okay. It is connected with Twitter. Okay, delete.
Oh,
Yes,
so
I'm
is that
sure.
why when you did it on there, it posted it to Twitter as well? Yeah, it was so awkward. So I've not really done many Instagram stories since because I was like, I'm worried now where it's going to send it to. Is it going to put it on WhatsApp or is it going to... Is it... Yeah, like...
That
There's...
is my worst nightmare.
Oh,
Because I feel like I keep streaming super separate from my private life.
yeah, yeah.
I started mentioning it now to people close to me, so my family knows, even my in-laws know, some coworkers know. But I think it's also because what I do for a living, people are so out of that world and it's so not what they do.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So everyone thinks I'm a prostitute, so that makes it harder to communicate about it, you know?
I think I've had a similar thing that the people that do know that I stream they're not really that bothered and they don't watch it. Like my family knows none of them watch my stream apart from one of my cousins pops in occasionally. My co-workers know, but oddly enough, considering I work at an IT company and most of them when they're not working they play video games, they don't really care about streams, which is good for me. One of them did. He started streaming on Mixer and then he retired after not too long. But the
You fools.
but yeah, apart from that, like people that I play football with I've let know that I stream, but I don't think any of them have ever actually watched it. They just like hearing about how it is and what I've been up to. Like I don't think they ever want to watch it. It's PAA. Hi PAA. Thank you so much for stopping by. I did see the host earlier. Thank you so much for that, by the way. But yeah, it's it was just really awkward because these are people that I last saw at university like 4 or 5 years ago, and honestly I'd not really spoke to them at all since then. And then they suddenly pop up in streams. I did a degree in IT. It was
cool. My mom told me this weekend, like seriously, right? So I have a master degree and I'm almost finishing my second one, and she's like, I think you made the wrong decision. I think you should have gone in IT. And I was like, well,
I mean,
too late.
To be honest, I guess the industry that you're in is a good one as well, because I think one reason I went for IT is not only did I quite like it anyway, but I thought it was always an industry that is always going to be in demand, and the demand's only going to keep increasing for it. And I guess I guess the law as well, it's always going to be something that people need. It's not ever going to be something that just disappears. Like,
yeah, in my field, it's people who die, and everyone does. People who get divorced, a lot of people do. People buy houses. Belgians tend to be famous for buying and selling houses, so
keeps you busy. There we go.
Yeah.
Now,
marriage contracts as well, so keep getting married too.
And divorced. Do both, and then there you go. Extra busy. Keep you at work. Yeah. Now, what advice would you give to someone who's looking to get started with streaming? I know some people would just say don't. Some people would be like, oh yeah, do this, do that, just do what you enjoy. And what advice would you give?
I feel like I'm horrible because I would say all horrible things, but I'm kind of like tough love.
Honestly, go for it. Go for it. Say whatever you think.
I think okay. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So first of all, I think I disagree when people say that everyone could be streamer and should be. And I don't say, I feel like saying that doesn't mean that I think of myself as this great person. But I do think that some people, if you look at their streams, like, why? And I don't mean this in the worst way, because I'm like, it's not because you are not entertaining that you're a horrible person. We all are good at different things. And so I don't know. Some people I'm just like, what are you doing here? Are you streaming? Are you just playing a game? Some people I'm like, you want money. So like, you go into a stream and you have a donation bar. I got angry at one of my donators once because we rated someone with like 1 or 2 viewers.
Yeah.
And it was basically them with like a huge donation goal for a streaming laptop, but they kind of didn't speak at anything. And one of my crew donated like $100, and I was like, dude, you're never gonna see her again. She's here for like 2 weeks and then she's gonna go. And that was the truth. So I feel like kind of maybe like check why you do it.
Yeah.
If you want to do it for money, like you would
or fame
earn
as
a
well.
lot more just working one evening a week in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like for the first year.
And it'd be less stressful, even at a restaurant. It would be less stressful than streaming.
Even at a restaurant, yeah. So like if you just want a little bit of money with a little bit hours of work, you would immediately get a lot more than you would get from streaming. And then you still have loads of time to game. And then I also don't agree with just do what you love, because sometimes doing what you love just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I would say find a balance between doing what you love and doing what works. Sometimes, but like also do what works if you love it. Don't just do what works if you hate it.
Yeah.
But like find a balance, and like sometimes I choose a little bit more of the love and sometimes a little bit more of the what works, but not just efficiency and you hate it, or just doing what you love and not thinking about numbers at all. Like be a little bit smart about that balance, I would say.
Yeah.
Kind of what I did on Mixer was like I did the big games and that kind of stuff, but sometimes I would play really small games or do study streams. Like a study stream is never as popular as a big release game. It's kind of like what helped me a lot and what I like to do a lot, so I just did it anyway. And with that in mind, I have no structure in this, sorry. I think it's also important to know why you do it as a hobby or as a job, because I feel like I would not do study streams if streaming was my job.
Yep.
So I don't know.
I agree with you on the thing of you see a lot of streams out there sat on like 0 viewers, 1 viewer, and they may be sat there playing a game, maybe even with a camera on, but they're just like in total silence. And I guess it's like, yeah, I guess it's like, are you just sharing your gameplay, or are you trying to entertain people or meet new people? Like I guess it's what, like you're saying, like what is the reason that you're streaming?
Yeah, I think you can get away with that if you have skill. So I think you kind of need to decide, are you a community streamer or are you a skill-based streamer?
Yeah.
And if you're a skill, make sure that you're so good that people want to watch you because you're doing a really good job at the game. Or if you don't, talk all the freaking time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I tried the skill stuff. I can't do it. I've tried in so many different games. Honestly, I'm just not good at games, and I'm fine with saying that. Like, I'm totally fine with saying that. And I guess everybody's different. Like, I guess with me, I got into streaming as a distraction, and well, actually no, I joined Beam and Mixer as a distraction initially. Like, I was going through like a really tough time. Like, my dad got made redundant, my granddad's dementia was getting worse and he got put into a care home, my brother was just diagnosed with cancer, I'd injured I tore a tendon in my ankle, so I was put out of football for 6 months. So I suddenly had all this extra time, and I was just like, with all this bad stuff going on, and now I was playing football like 4 or 5 nights a week, and now I was like, well, what do I do? I've got all this bad stuff, and then I've got all this extra time. I don't want to just sit here thinking about all of it. So I got told about Mix, well, it was Beam at the time, and I just joined as a viewer, and I really enjoyed it. I was a moderator for a few streamers, and then I just kind of got talked into streaming to just try it and see what I thought about it. And I really liked it. I think it helped me like bring me out of my shell a little bit, because I was like a really shy and nervous and anxious person before. And I would have never been able to do anything like this before. Like, I would have just been terrified. I was never good at like talking in front of groups of people or anything like that. And amazingly enough, yeah, and now we're here. And amazingly enough, everything kind of worked out as well. Like, my granddad got put into a care home that he really likes, and he's doing quite well. My dad is now self-employed and doing really great with that. My brother's been cancer-free for nearly 3 years now, I think. It's all worked out. My tendon's healed up, so I can play football again, and yeah, everything kind of worked out. It was crazy that it was like in such a bad situation, and it's all sort of worked out. And yeah,
that's what life sometimes does, right? It throws everything at the same time at you.
Yeah,
and then you just wait.
Yeah, I guess I almost feel like I owe a lot to streaming because it helped me get through so much. But yeah, I guess I stream because I feel like it helped me. It helped. Well, I say helped. It helps me. be.
Yeah, it makes you
I don't know.
happy.
Yeah, it helps with my confidence and stuff, and it helps take my mind off things. And no, I just love it. Yeah.
I started when I just moved. So I went to uni like on the other side of Belgium, and then they were like, okay, what you better do is find a place to do an internship that is close to where you want to spend the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is crap because my boyfriend lives on the other side of Belgium, and that's where I want to spend the rest of my life. So I guess I'll better move. So I basically moved all the way to the other side, away from family, away from university and friends. And then I got sick in terms of like I got massive cheek and shoulder issues. I couldn't study anymore. Like everything hurt all the time. It was quite like a search to what was wrong.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go to my university anymore because I had to be on the train 2 hours there, 2 hours back every day. And my doctor said you cannot sit on a train because it's really bad for like how you sit and that kind of stuff. So I suddenly was like, oh, here I am, just in the middle of nowhere, alone, and he's at work, and I have nothing to do where I cannot study. And I was like super alone. And then I also started watching more and more streams, and I was like, why not try it? And it's weird because it was the same time, and yeah. I totally get what you mean. Like your situation was like it was not comparable because it were a lot of more serious things. But I recognize the feeling of like I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, it's almost like an escape. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it was the people on the platform that kind of convinced me to try it. Because before streaming, I used to do YouTube videos, and I did that for nearly 3 years, and honestly, I didn't really get anywhere. I met some really awesome people through it, but it just didn't really go anywhere. I always wanted to try streaming, but
live streaming is so much different.
Yeah. I remember back in the day when, before streaming, I used to have really bad internet, and I would make a YouTube video, and for like a 5-minute video or 10-minute video, it would take about 3 hours to upload. And it would also nearly take as long as that to render the video because my PC was so bad. And yeah, I got better internet, and I thought I'll just try streaming and see what it's like. And it's kind of addicting, isn't it? Once you start to meet people, make friendships and stuff, that like building a community thing kind of, it's like an addiction because you just want to meet more people and build more. And yeah.
100%. I got that this week was like the first week that I really couldn't stream because of work. Yeah. Normally I've been quite consistent, and even during exam periods I was lucky with study streams, so I never really took breaks except for a holiday here and there. But this week I was literally forced to not stream and work all day every day, and I was so miserable. And at first I was like, oh, it's because I have to work all the time, but then I was like, no, that's not the issue. It's because I really miss my friends, and having those giggles, and scared to lose that. And that's the thing with streaming, right? You could lose it very quickly, even though you build it for a long time, and that it is addicting. I really
I think streaming's a bit like everything else, where if you've not tried it, you never know if you're gonna like it or if you're gonna want to keep doing it. Or I guess it's one of those things, you just got to give it a go and see what happens. And it's I guess it's not just pressing a go live button as well. There's so much more to it, like planning what you're gonna do. And then social media is probably one of the hardest things to like keep up with, because you've got to build social media and stay active on so many different platforms. I still can't do that today. Like at the moment I'm mainly focusing on Twitch, Twitter and Discord, and then I'm just putting the podcast on like YouTube and Spotify as well, but that's more just an upload. But I just find it too difficult, like making videos for TikTok and then putting pictures on Instagram and posting things to a Facebook page. It's too much.
Yeah. How do people have so many nice things to take pictures of?
I don't know. I scroll through my phone. It's crazy. I'll like go through my phone now. I'm like, okay, what have I got pictures of on my phone? I've got pictures of when I went away with Steph at the weekend, which I've already posted. I've got loads of screenshots of different things. I've got what else have I got? I'm going back to end of July now. I'm already a few weeks back. I've just got screenshots of stuff. Like I'll see something online, I'll screenshot it, and I'll like WhatsApp it to Steph or something. I've just got yeah, like I'm back to June now when Mixer shut down, and I've just got screenshots of my Twitch channel, and yeah, I just don't know what to take pictures of. I don't know how people can post like daily pictures on Instagram, but then also make videos of TikTok and
Twitter.
I don't get it.
How many ideas do you have a day? I have no interesting thoughts. It's so hard.
Twitter is tough. Yeah.
I'm not opinionated at all either. So I'm like,
because I look at Twitter. I like really try with Twitter. I'm like, okay, I'll try and do like 3 tweets a day plus replying to tweets, and then
what?
I get to it and I'm like, I can't do it. I just get to the bit to write a tweet and I'm just like, I don't know what to write. Like, I literally have no idea. I'll put the odd like random thought on there, but I just don't know. I think social media is the one thing that I struggle with the most.
Yeah.
Steph does really well with Twitter and stuff, and she's been giving me tips and stuff on things that I should change. And say I used to like retweet and quote a lot of tweets before, and she was like, try avoiding doing that as much because it clogs up timelines and people just tend to scroll past you all bit. And I was like, okay, and I saw a difference of that. And then she was like, try and write like more meaningful stuff, like how you're feeling, and make it a bit more personal and stuff like that. And I did that for a bit, and it did improve. And I just find it tough to do that all the time. I'm not really one that like shares my feelings and stuff too much, so trying to like be really open on something like Twitter and every day say how I'm feeling or what I'm excited about, what I'm doing, I find it tough to do that.
Yeah, I find it easier on stream because you know like, people that are there already tuned in and
exactly
care about your feelings, but like why would anyone care on the internet if I'm having a stressful day or not?
I always find as well with a platform like Twitter, there's always like one person out there that is just obviously having a bad day and feels like they'll just reply to one of your tweets or something really crappy. I don't know why people do it. Like, there was one person that replied to, I tweeted out my channel trailer, and he replied with some gif saying, "Hi kids, I'm Mr. Nonce." And then another person replies, "Who are you?" It's like, well, you watched the video, so I don't know. You tell me. And it's like, there's just always someone out there that's got a problem or got something to say, aren't they?
The problem as well, what I found is the longer that you stream, every topic comes back every 5 months.
Yeah.
And in the first time, you're like, whoa, people are criticizing females' clothing. Whoa. And then you go hard on it. And then 5 months later, it happens again.
Yep.
And then 10 months later, it happens again. And now I'm just like, I don't even care to reply anymore. Because
it's like phases. Like, and there's always like one person that disagrees with like everything you say as well.
Do you also know that, like, I don't know, right? So this is interesting. Do you also feel like sometimes people go off on something that nobody actually said?
Yeah.
So suddenly everyone is like against this idea that actually nobody defended.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
like, what are we fighting?
There's that like culture of like everybody's like, yeah, I agree with what that person said, and then they're like, what are we talking about again? And like I guess it's sort of a lot with the switch from Mixer, where a lot of people were like starting to like fall out of each other, saying, "Oh, no one's ever in my streams anymore," and all these fake friends and stuff. And it's like, I guess you got to take a step back and put it into perspective of what's actually happened. Like the amount of people that may have just lost their jobs and livelihoods, or literally just had just everything taken away from them, and for people to like say, "Oh, they're not in my stream anymore," and then like one of these people replied to them and say, "I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time." They're like, "Oh, I didn't mean you though. I just meant these other people." It's like
everyone else.
Yeah, and I tend to just stay out of that stuff. And there was one that I felt like I had to get involved in today, where this guy replied to a female streamer's tweet saying about how females have it easier in the streaming industry and stuff. And I literally sent him a screenshot of Social Blade showing like the top 10 streamers on Twitch, and one was a female. And I was like, it's a pretty male dominated industry. And it's like, come on, there's like, there's just some people out there where they're that's Twitter really does annoy me sometimes.
Well, I find an interesting one as well is that you can check what the most used words are in a stream, and then you compare them to male streamers and female streamers.
Yeah.
So with female streamers, it's like beautiful, shit, like all those like external things, and then if it's male, so like good game, talent, like shot, like all things that have nothing to do with how they look.
Yeah.
And then you're like, so you're telling me that it's easy being a girl, like all day, every day. And I'm
like Steph had it. I saw in Steph's stream today. Someone came in and mentioned about the clothes she was wearing, and she was like, "It's literally a heat wave right now."
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Can we be warm?
Yeah. They were like, "Oh, it's just stuff like that that it just feels like some people just shouldn't have that opportunity to speak about that stuff because number one, they make themselves look stupid, and number two, it's just."
What I get a lot is that because I don't really tend to show any cleavage at all, that people put me up against women who do. So they come in and they're like, "Oh, thank God you're not doing this. At least you're a good woman," or something like that. And I'm like, I don't actually don't want to be a platform for that type of comments, because it's not because you judge it that I judge it, because you're kind of doing the same thing. I try to dress a certain way because I like it.
Yeah.
And then you're putting females against me because of it. So my take on this is like, I feel like there's not women who dress accordingly and who don't. I only feel like there's people who judge and people who don't.
Yeah.
And yeah, kind of my take on it.
It's the fact as well that it's always... I feel like it's always aimed at women as well. Like, you don't ever see it with a stream where there's like a guy, like a really big musty guy in a really tight shirt. People aren't like calling him out saying like, "Oh, he's only doing that to get extra viewers and stuff." And like, I don't understand why it's so like one-sided, because there are people out there that do that as well, that go on stream and they'll do stuff like that. But it seems like it's all targeted towards women, which I think is just really wrong. And
yeah, it's kind of what Lobster is saying, that thank you for not showing anything. I get that a lot, and I'm like, so
yeah,
why does that matter to you?
It's like what Ada was saying there. It's different saying like, "Oh, I like the outfit you're wearing," compared to saying you shouldn't be wearing that, you're doing that to get views, sort of thing. And it's that mentality of, you could literally just compliment someone saying like, "That's a nice dress," or something like that. You don't have to be like, "Oh, you're showing too much, you're clearly doing that to try and get more viewers." It's like, I think people just got the wrong mentality.
Let's say that someone would do it to get more viewers. I think that's totally fine too. I'm like, whatever works for you.
I mean, at the end of the day, if they want to, yeah,
because if someone clicks on that, it's because they want to see that. So I'm like, if someone wants to see cleavage, they will not see it here. So I'm like, it's not that bad of a thing. I'm like, just let people do what they feel. I feel that
I know what you mean, yeah. It's like, say Joe goes to the gym every day for the next year or whatever, and he's like ripped, and loads of people go in the stream because they want to see that. I'm not going to be like offended and be like, "Oh, why aren't you watching me and my man, like my dad bod going on right now? Like, why are you watching him instead?" I wouldn't be offended by that. It's like, if you want to see that, you see that. I'm not interested in that. So
like, don't we all like to look more at aesthetically pleasing things? I'm like,
I saw on Twitter there was something that triggered you as well. What was it where you said about only racists start the sentence with "I'm not racist, but..."
Oh my god.
I saw that proper triggered you as well.
Loaded. Because, okay, so what we have in Belgium is right now the beaches are like crowded.
Yeah.
And a fight broke out, and Belgium is rather small, so if one thing happens, like, it's news.
Yeah.
And a few of those people had a darker skin tone. And so, oh my god, I need to contain myself. Was like, insert racial slur. You cannot be racist, and I'm not a racist. but it's always the same. And there was like a whole thing about non-Belgians, but I'm like, you don't even know if they're like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
And then like it happened multiple times during the day. And normally I'm not confrontational, and maybe I should, and that's open for discussion, of course. Like if someone says something, you need to like, but I'm more like, I'll just shut up because I don't want to engage in this. And it happened multiple times during the day. Oh my god, it triggers me so much that in 2020 you can be so openly racist and then act like you're not. I'm like, you're super racist. Just admit that you're a massive fucking racist. I'm sorry for my language.
It's fine. It's like if they say that, it's like if you start a sentence with "I'm not being racist," but you're clearly about to say something that's racist. Yeah. Like, you can't justify it. You can't put that at the start of a sentence to justify it.
And also add a racial slur. Yeah. Like a word that honestly I've never said in my life. This was not the N word. It was like, another word. And I was like
Joker just said, where people say no offense, but you're clearly about to offend someone.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You can't do that. And also, see me no more. If you do want to see me open a jar of peanut butter on stream, I'll go get a jar now, but it'll probably look really awkward because I won't be able to do it. So I'll get a tea towel or t-shirt and then do it.
Are you trying to get viewers with your peanut butter jar?
We've got Marmite peanut butter. Will that draw in more viewers? I don't know. Will that draw in viewers if I open? Should I go and get a jar of Marmite peanut butter? Would that draw in more viewers if I go and open the jar?
I will judge you on the internet,
Okay, yeah. Should we do that now? I'm gonna go get a jar. 1 second. Stay right there. You can entertain the chat, okay? I'll be right back.
Hey ho, hey. I need to get my tits out. I hate guys who try to get viewers with peanut butter jars. They steal all my viewers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the finest smooth Marmite peanut butter right there. I'm being a bit cautious because for some reason it's got a weird liquid in the top of the jar.
What is happening? Ew! Ooh.
So we're gonna... Wait, it's already open? Oh.
Is that British?
That was a lot of effort, wasn't it? It's got a thing on it. That's fine. Yeah, this is like Marmite is like a weird. I don't know. How would you describe what Marmite is? I don't really know what it is.
Vegemite.
Kind of, yeah. But what they've decided to do is mix it with peanut butter. But I didn't really realize the lid is literally just that. It's actually really loose. So that was a lot of effort. But if it got any more views, then there you go.
I see the numbers going up.
Oh. I know, right? I know. Got to dip your finger in it and eat it. No, joking. I'm not going that far, okay? I'm not doing that. I'm not that desperate, okay?
It all around.
I'm not that desperate. I'm not doing that. Marmite is yeast, so it's kind of bitter. It's weird. It's actually quite nice. It looks weird and horrible, but it's actually very nice. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Marmite, but if they do want to send me... Yeah, if they do want to send me some more smooth peanut butter, we've still got like 8 jars in the cupboard that we don't know what to do with them. But if they want to send more, then I might do some giveaways. Could do some giveaways for peanut butter. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
What did I get myself into?
Well, just for the next few minutes, I'm just going to sit like this. I'll carry on chatting and just be like this. Product placement right here, so everyone that scrolls on Twitch can see this in the thumbnail. But we can carry on chatting while I'm like this.
I want to be sponsored by Ritual.
Oh, there you go. We could do that there. There we go. We could just sit like this. Sam, get your muscles out. But like, so what sort of things have you been playing recently? What sort of games have you been playing?
So GeoGuessr, I started getting into when I came to Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I cannot look seriously.
I'll stop now, don't worry.
Last of Us 2. We are almost at the end, I think.
I haven't played the first one of that, but it does look really good.
Yeah, so I hate scary games and I hate gore. And I finished the first one in 2 days, but like I looked away all the time and it was really scary, but I got really sucked into the story.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I'm still playing it. But then yeah, I was playing it during when Mixer shut down, so then it kind of got in the back a little bit, but now we're doing it again. Oh
Have
man, every time I
you?
think about it, right, I get so sad that my last stream on Mixer was an 18-hour celebration one, and like, bleh.
I'm trying to remember what my last stream was. Oh no, so what I did is I was streaming to Mixer from my phone, and I did my little introduction and stuff, and then I said I'm gonna start my first stream on Twitch. So I had my phone here, started the Twitch stream on the PC, did my little stuff and everything, ended the Mixer stream, and then carried on with the Twitch one. So it was like a handover thing. But then I did one like a couple of days later, just leave it on, say I've moved over, random graphic thing. But yeah, I kind of thought, I know some people were saying, oh, you should have streamed more on there to get all your viewers to move over and stuff, but I think I was maybe a little bit salty at the news, and I was like, right, that's it, I'm just starting a new platform. I want to spend these 30 days. Yeah, I want to spend these 30 days working. And it went so bad there, didn't it? Like, it like went so... It went so toxic. Like, it was so dead. People were just doing whatever they want, and the viewers that were on there were just like total trolls. And yeah, I know some people were like, oh, I'm beaming Mixer to it shuts down, but I kind of felt like it's already dead. There's no point trying.
And I think people, like, I got that question from a few people who really were Mixer, like,
through and through.
diehards.
Yeah.
And they were like, you need to stream that more. And I'm like, you kind of underestimate how much it hurts. I was literally, every stream I was doing there was crying.
It was bad to see. And yeah, it was like, I don't really want to stream there anymore. I made my mind up pretty quickly with that. It's like, I don't want to be on that platform anymore. Yeah. It's only going one way, so what's the point in investing any more time in it? And I guess I guess from my point of view as well, the majority of the people that moved over were like I don't know how to word it. The really involved, engaging community, and not the pop in wants to try and join a game sort. I didn't necessarily want to like encourage much of that to move over. I honestly did have a couple come over from Mixer and say, can I join your game? But I knew who they were, so I was like, well, actually I said no to them, but
whoa, you got really like persistent.
Yeah, there were some that followed me to Twitch still asking if they could join my game. So
I never played Fortnite.
Yeah, and I still to this day still get messages on Xbox saying, do you still play Fortnite? And it's funny the reactions when I say no. Some of them are like, oh, I don't either. And some of them are like, oh, would you jump in a game with me though? It's like, I just said I don't play it. Someone said this the other day. He was like, oh, can I get a game with you on Fortnite? I'm like, sorry, I don't play it anymore. And he was like, so is that a no then? It's like, of course it's a no, I don't play it anymore. So they're persistent.
I can only imagine that they're young.
Yeah, I do feel bad for some of them, because it's weird because you never know how genuine they are. Like, you'll get some of them that will message and say, you're inspiration, you're my biggest fan, stuff like that, and then
you're my favorite streamer.
I just realized as well, in the chat right now is someone that before streaming I used to play a lot of FIFA with. Mike, how did you find this stream? This is an IRL friend that I used to go to school with, has just posted in the chat about pro clubs. So before I started streaming, I basically lived on pro clubs with a group of friends from school, and somehow one of them has just found his way into the stream, which is pretty funny. But hi Mike, I hope you're doing well.
Hey, Mike,
that was unexpected. Did I post on Facebook again? I didn't, did I? I didn't post it on Facebook, did I? No, I've not. I've not got anything at my Facebook story. I've not made that mistake again, unless you followed from the last time.
Mike, you'll have to go now. It's not for people that
Big up Chris. Oh, wait, did Chris tell you? Okay, so Chris is someone else that we used to play FIFA with, and he may have been one of those people that found my stream last time I accidentally posted it to Facebook. See, look, it's still catching up for me right now. This is the mistake that I made. I made that one mistake. I've been doing this for nearly 4 years. I make one mistake, and I'm never going to live it down.
he does this streaming thing, and it's super weird.
It is super weird.
He talks to people all the time. I don't get what he's doing, but geez, it's weird.
It is super weird. I don't even know. This is really awkward now. It just got really awkward.
Oh, Mike is super supportive.
Keep smashing it. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's weird because there's so many people that don't know that I've been doing this, and I guess it's weird because the people that I play football with, they didn't know that I. No, you don't need to go. It's all good. They didn't know that I streamed until I think 2 years into streaming. And I think I actually told them after the stuff in Gamescom last year, where we did that, where we hosted a live show and stuff. I posted a picture of that to Facebook, and I think that was like the first time that I really let people know that I've been streaming or been doing stuff like that. I think it's still the thing where I don't necessarily want to tell everyone, but. No, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? It's like, I guess you don't know how some people are gonna react. But
like, believe it from me, he's a really great streamer, and he's actually quite like known in this community. So he's doing really well for himself.
Oh, well, thank you.
Right now, but he's actually like big guy streamer.
Can we have some embarrassing stories? No. Maybe after stream. I'll message him after stream. And yeah. I don't actually. It's probably going to be FIFA clubs related anyway, to be honest. But I know I've watched some previous videos. Wait, have you? See, I'm learning new stuff right now. This is interesting. I guess the last thing that I've got to ask, and then I'll see if any of the people in chat have got any questions for you. What are your like goals or ambitions with streaming? Where do you want to go with the streaming? Do you want to ever do it full time, or are you happy doing it as you are now, or what are your like ambitions?
That's a super hard one because would I want to do it full time? I think no. For multiple reasons. The first one is that I am addicted to financial stability.
Yeah. No, so I know what you mean. Yeah.
I like to know that I'll have an income every day, every end of the month, that I'm fine. And I like what I do. Like what I do now is really stressful and it's a bad time, but like I like the legal parts of what I do. Like I don't know. I like the being really good at something that not a lot of people know a lot about, and yeah, I don't know. I like it a lot.
I don't know how you do law. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start. I feel like I'm like, just IT. I could do that, but I couldn't really do a lot else.
When it comes to law, I always felt that or you love it or you hate it. There's like no in between.
Conveniently, like Marmite product placement.
So smooth.
They'll sponsor me one day.
You'll get there, boy. The second reason I think is that it's really hard to be entertaining all the time. And I think what people really underestimate, I really have a lot of respect for people who do it full time and like successfully do it. Yeah. Because I think that everyone remembers your big moments. Everyone remembers the big donations, the big party streams, the big giant, that kind of stuff. Nobody remembers how many hours you're there thinking about, is my chat entertained? Are they bored? Am I too quiet? Are they here? I see numbers going down. What if they don't respond? Last month was better than now. Will it get better? Or is this the end? All of that kind of stuff. And I think that if I am tired, I'll drag myself to work and I'll get through the day. But if you're tired, try to stream 5 hours. It's not
it's
do a great job.
It's so difficult to like keep up the energy and to be entertaining for that long. And I think I don't know anyone in the chat who will remember this. Joken might remember it. So when I was like a year or so, or maybe a bit less into streaming, I got to the point where I was streaming pretty much every single day of the week, and it became a regular occurrence where I would completely lose my voice. like nearly on a weekly basis. I would do like a 5 or 6 hour stream on a Saturday. By the end of the stream, my voice was just gone.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether I've just managed my time better, or I've kind of got used to shouting all the time and my voice kind of copes with it now, but it's tough. Just, you get some days where you just want to, like, you don't want to go live. You feel like, is it worth sitting there for like 5 or 6 hours, like, when you could be doing something? It's tough. I think a lot of streaming, it's like a real mental battle to to keep entertaining and keep motivated and keep at it. And those were the times when I would ask to co-stream so I could dominate both our streams. Yeah, we would co-stream. I would just let Joker do all the hype shouting stuff, and I'd be like, can really talk. And yeah, I feel like now I've at least got a bit more balance of everything.
I notice it now as well that with the switch to Twitch, that there's a lot of pressure on streamers to be happy and providing entertainment and that kind of stuff. And I talk with a few that really admit that they're actually really hurt inside from what happened and are actually not comfortable at all on Twitch, but that they really don't show that on stream. So there's this huge pressure to be happy and excited, and like you can of course be sad and stuff, but you cannot be sad for 3 weeks on end about something, because then people are just gonna like, which is understandable, right? But nobody can. So I don't think I would ever want to go full time. It's hard for me because with what I had on Mixer, that was kind of where I wanted to be. I could do whatever I want and get a decent amount of viewers in that I had fun with, in terms of like there was a lot of chatter going on. I felt like I got nice opportunities in different areas. I felt like I was taken seriously. I made a little bit of money from it. I felt like all was amazing. So my goal would be to go back to where I was in terms of like having a close-knit community on here. For me, the change was a bit rough because I had a lot of people who were diehard Xbox watchers.
Yeah, I had the same as well.
Community.
Yeah.
So I feel like I might, but like we'll see in 2 months or something. But I kind of feel like I'm gonna lose a little bit of my core community, mainly because they cannot watch on the Xbox anymore.
They can. Well, it's just the case they've got to download the Twitch app, haven't they? Because you can get the Twitch app on Xbox. But it's just I found a lot of people, like, I went through my Xbox messages quite a few times recently to see. Some people have said, oh, Mixer shut down, what are you doing now? I'm like, well, I'm on here now. Or some people said, oh, I can't watch on Twitch. I was like, you can download the app. They're like, oh, okay. And then they just download it and then they can watch. But I think it's more like an education thing that a lot of them just don't know. Like, because Mixer was built in. Yeah.
It's such a... Maybe it's the summer, so I'm kind of like waiting a little bit to see what's gonna happen. I must say personally, I'm in a like more of a low moment with streaming for the first time in a long time, just because of that constantly being scared that I have to miss a few, like all the things that could go wrong are going wrong. But then I'm also like, streaming is this wavy thing, and I do believe that with starting to be consistent again and that kind of stuff, you'll get that again. And I noticed that people have been really loving on here as well. I feel like we've already have a few new core people that we met on Twitch, which is crazy, I feel like.
No, I totally agree. I think it's taken me quite a while to accept how things were and decide what I was gonna do, because I kind of feel like not only did Mixer shut down, but I decided to basically stop everything that I was doing normally, completely change everything. So I almost felt like I'd shot myself in the foot and it's going to be like a total restart, rebuild thing. But at the same time, that kind of excites me, I guess. Because
I think you really did a good job with that, because I'm kind of like inspired as well, not to do something similar, but inspired to be like, go for what you love. Because that's how you started streaming, and you kind of, that all went a little bit weird now. But I think the only way you can keep streaming is by loving it, and just by
exactly. Like I think I just saw it as an opportunity to learn from not necessarily the mistakes that were made on Mixer, but learn lessons from the time on Mixer. Like you were saying, like what works on Mixer doesn't work on Twitch, and I think I understood that pretty quickly. That I by the end of my time on Mixer, I was a little bit all over the place and not really knowing what I wanted to do. And I feel like this sort of format does actually work quite well on this platform, and I felt like, you know what, I enjoy doing it, I want to do it, I have said that for a long time, so I'm just gonna like go for it and just see what happens. And I feel like there's no pressure if it doesn't work out, because as long as I enjoy it, it doesn't really matter. And I felt there was a bit more pressure on Mixer, where I'd got myself into a position where people would come in the chat, be like, wow, you got 80,000 followers, and then they'd be like, oh, but you've only got so and so amount watching. And now I feel like it's almost like the opposite. It's almost like, yeah, I don't have that pressure anymore of people coming in seeing these numbers and be like, oh, you have this, why aren't you doing this, and why aren't you achieving that? And yeah, I just feel like it's, yeah,
I think you're gonna do great.
Oh, thank you.
I want to also be number 105 or something.
105. We'll make a note. Does that mean Joken's got to be, because Joken was the first person that we had on, so would he be 101? Lobster would be 102. But or so they're both in the chat now.
The first one to be 100, maybe.
But then you'd be 104, wouldn't you?
Oh crap! But you will not remember me by that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'll be doing some more exams.
Yeah, but you'll be doing exam streams. That would be fine. We'll be watching. Damn it, we should have postponed it. Okay, right, now, does anybody in the chat have any questions for Mary? I've seen a few that have popped up in there already. I think Joken already asked, how hot is it in Belgium right now? We'll do a comparison. I'll get the temperature here. So here at the moment, wait, that can't be right. Wait, no, it's not right. It says it's 20 here right now.
Oh, I win.
What is it there?
Can I wait? How do I show it? Discord.
26. What?
We're having a heat wave.
And you're an hour ahead, so that's 10 p.m. for you.
And this is I'm on the seaside, so it's colder here than in the rest of Belgium.
In mainland.
In my university city right now, it's 30.
That's insane.
At 10 p.m. We also don't have air conditionings in this area.
See, we've got, honestly, this aircon thing back here was the best investment I've ever made. I got it from B&Q.
Convince my man.
So I got it from B&Q, and my dad is self-employed, and he had like a trade discount, so we saved like 10% on it. I think it was like £210, but I've had it for over a year, and honestly, it's amazing. It's like a portable one that you wheel around and just put the pipe out the window. It's so good. And for streaming especially, like this stream room that we've got the setup side by side. We've got like 4 monitors, we've got 2 PCs, there's a tablet, there's 2 Xboxes, there's ring lights, there's LEDs. It gets so hot in here, and I honestly don't think I could stream without it.
Can I ask how you guys do that with the dual PC thing? Like, do you stream at the same time ever or not?
Not really. We did occasionally before, but where I've changed my schedule and stuff now, and Steph's changed hers as well. She streams basically when I'm at work, and then I stream a couple of times in the evening. But literally, our desks are right next to each other. So we've got the same desks, and they're like corner desks, and yeah, they're literally right next to each other, so I can see all her setup right now. She's still got her tattoo designs open on her tablet over there. It's honestly really nice. It's so nice having like a room just for this. There's also an Iron Man helmet in the background over there. I don't know if it's cut off actually in OBS, is it? I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you can't see it. There's like, we got our shelves in the background so you can see. Let me angle it around. We're gonna do the creaky camera thing again. So we got our shelves in the background just there. We got mine just here, as you can tell, with a smiley face, and you got Steph's with the lobsters and Iron Man and everything else, flamingos.
Baby shark.
There's an Iron Man helmet just in the background there, with I don't know what you call it. thing round it, and there's also a bit of bread next to it for some reason. That bit that we got from Wish, where Wish sent us a bread cushion that was actually tiny, not actually the right size. So I'll give you an idea of what it was supposed to be. So
bread.
This cushion, so compare it to my face, was supposed to be like that size compared to my face, and it's actually this size. It's a lot smaller than it's supposed to be. And then we got, what have we got? We got the aircon just there with the pipe going out the window.
Is it like to sleep on?
It was supposed to be, yeah. It was supposed to be a big pillow that you like sleep on. But the size of it is, this is what turned up in the post. We were like, we ordered a like human-sized pillow that you sleep on, and they sent this, which is like a dog toy size thing. So
I want one. I don't need one, but I want.
We were so disappointed because it took about 6 weeks to turn up as well, and it was the wrong size. And then further around here, there's Steph's chair with the nana quilt on there. And then further around again, there's a tablet, and there's her setup right there, but you can see the boom arm and stuff on the way. I got angled around. Luckily, I put my tablet on a boom arm. Camera on a boom arm, so I could just like swivel it around. Is that in the right place?
Taped it on my screen.
It's a nightmare though. It's like balancing on top of my monitors, and yeah, it's a weird setup. I've got like a boom arm there with a DSLR on it. I've got a boom arm here. We got another boom arm going up there. I think I got a boom arm down here on the floor as well. It's a crazy setup.
I don't get how you make it work though. I think I would kill Lawrence if you would. Although like before we moved in together, we sat in one area, so he was always gaming and I was always studying romance. But now I cannot, like with streaming, he has a living room fully to himself as game room.
So he just stays in there and you're like
It kind of works because he came here and he was like, oh, my man cave. Haha, did that not work out? But now he has a full living room.
So we got a couple more questions. We got Lobster said, how did you feel at the Gamescom presentation interview that we did? Which I think we spoke about that, and it was
awkward.
Yeah, it was yeah, it was kind of just like turn up and they're like, change your plan. You're not just sitting there playing a game now, you're actually doing an interview of a developer. And yeah, it was
I felt so awkward.
Yeah, I was like, you know, when we had the headset on and they were like telling us the things in the ear, like counting down and like, you're starting now, and it's like, I don't know what to say. Like, how do you start it so it's not cringe and awkward? Do you be like, hey everyone, welcome, blah blah blah, and yeah.
I think if you do it a few times, you might get like cool with it. But I think we were all just like, what do I do?
It's like we're used to sitting in front of a camera, probably sat at home in a room by ourselves, chatting to people,
like
not in a big glass box interviewing a developer with loads of people watching online and outside. It was yeah.
Yeah, I felt way more comfortable doing the Planet Zoo stream with so many people watching, because it was literally streaming like at home and you're used to that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Like the interview was like, and he also, I think he wasn't very, he was not native English, right, either?
No, he didn't speak English too well, no.
Yeah, the communication was not easy.
Yeah, yeah. We had to ask questions that weren't too detailed, I guess.
Like a cringe when I think back of it. It was so nice though, because I felt like when I look back at Gamescom and those things though, I think it all brought us so much closer together. And
yeah.
It was so nice to interact with streamers that way.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. Yeah, it was definitely out of my comfort zone. It was one of those, this isn't what I signed up for, but it's like too late. Here's the headset, right, you're going in now, so this is where you're sitting, this is the guy. They introduced him, didn't they? Before we went in, they introduced him. I couldn't remember his name though. I still, to this day, I can't remember what the guy's name was.
I don't remember the game.
So of course, I had to like, when she said about, oh, I want you to like lead the intro bit, I was like, thinking in my head, right, okay, I was going over his name, and then I got in there, sat down, I was like, shit, I don't remember what his name is, and I've got to introduce him. So I was just like, okay, this is the developer of the game. I didn't say his name. I was just like, this is the developer. And then I was like, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself in the game? And then I let him do that. I still forgot his name after he said it again, but it was so awkward.
What would he have been like? Oh, fuck, did we pay for this mess?
Oh, but yeah, it was an experience.
Do you reckon anyone would have gotten the game because of our presentation?
No. I mean, did you play the game afterwards when they given us like the free month of Utomic?
I don't even know.
No, I didn't play it. I signed up to the Utomic thing, downloaded the program, and I never played a single game that was on it.
Oh, I did play one. I don't remember which one.
Was it the one that we actually played on stream, but you can't remember the name?
No. I think it was Coffee Talk.
No, I don't. Oh wait, or did actually? Well, I played Human Fall Flat, which was on there, but I played it on Xbox, so I didn't actually play it on Utomic. I think I pretended that I played it on Utomic, but it was actually on Xbox.
Super scammer.
Which might have been a little bit naughty, but don't tell them that.
Gaming for 3 months.
There's another one. Question: what's your opinion on background colors, as in having one or more colors in the background? I guess they mean like LEDs and stuff in the background.
I think that's because he wants to. I used to have commands that they could change my lighting, and he likes that. So I think that's.
Oh really?
To me, not fixing my lighting. Yeah, everything on my stream is broken. Sorry.
I miss mix play. I used to love doing so much of mix play, and now I feel like I can't do anything because I'm not used to these Twitch extensions, and it's not the same, is it?
I miss the dances. Like my bongo cat has been sitting still here for so long, and like all those things, stickers.
I think my chair's happy though.
What?
I think my chair's happy. I used to have that button that makes me dance in the chair, and I've not had to do that for a couple of months now, and it's not breaking anymore. I used to have it every time I would do that, little bits would fall off the bottom of the chair where it was slowly breaking. And I think I've probably got some bits around here on my desk that came off the chair, but it's holding together at the moment. It's surviving.
I do miss, if I could take one thing with me, I think I would bring the stickers with embers back.
There is a sticker extension, isn't there, on Twitch?
Oh.
Isn't it just called Stream Stickers, I think?
What?
I think there's an extension on Twitch. Let me double check if I'm right. Twitch Stream Stickers. I'm pretty sure it's just called Stream Stickers. Yeah, streamstickers.com.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no, now I have to fix that, and everything is already broken.
Oh, did I just... There you go. If your community's in here, the stickers are coming back. It is official right now.
Oh, no. Keep asking. Okay.
Yeah, streamstickers.com. It's like an extension that puts stickers on there. And I think they actually had a thing on Twitter where they were saying if anyone needs help migrating stickers from Mixer to Twitch, they would help people, which is kind of cool. But yeah, there you go. You can bring your stickers back now. Problem with it extensions is everyone has got to get it for it to work. Is that the same with stuff like that, with stickers? Do you still have to have it for it to work? I thought that was just like the emotes, like Better TTV and stuff like that, which I don't really understand any of that either. I'm still learning. I don't know if you're finding the same, that still trying to learn all of this new stuff on...
Oh, there's so much.
Yeah.
Well, my biggest weakness is the channel points. Everyone is like, Mary had special channel points. And I'm just like, guys, I need some time. And everyone's like, you can do this. I'm like, I need some time. You can do this. I'm like, ah.
Hey, have you enabled this yet? No. I'm still trying to work out where the go live button is. But have you updated this yet? No. I don't know where that is. Oh, I'll tell you where it is. But have you also put this on yet as well? And yeah, it's... I don't even know what extensions I've got turned on right now. I think I had one about Prime subs, but I think I turned that on by accident before I even had a affiliate thing.
I don't even know. I feel like I'm really slacking when it comes to that. So that's kind of with the whole working, exploiting wildness. I feel like at a moment like this, as streamers, you need to be super adaptable and change all the things and be on with the hype train. I'm just like, hello.
Well, I just noticed now as well, the stream elements bot in the chat is putting the wrong schedule in the chat. So I just noticed I need to fix that as well. I'm clearly not up to date. It's my old schedule that's putting in the chat. So But no, surprisingly, no one's really called me out about that yet. It's been doing that all stream. It's been doing that basically for the last, wait, I've been doing this this is number 5, isn't it? So 5 weeks now. And I haven't updated that yet.
Someone called me out on something that I did wrong for 2 years. What was it?
Thank you so much, Solo Q Joker. Appreciate that.
Wow, look at that.
The man himself. He's one of the people that I met through Mixit. He, the first time I met him was Insomnia 2018. That was basically, we had a stream team, Gaming Goodness, and it was like our first meetup at a gaming event. It was so cool. Anytime, you beautiful man. I need to check his stream as well. Apparently he's had a haircut. Which, that is the other thing. A lot of people were angry with me that I didn't stream Steph cutting all my hair off.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I should have streamed it, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Is there any reason why you would not want IRL friends watching? I mean, that's a good question. The thing that you always have to be careful with IRL friends watching is there's some really crazy people on the internet, and I think you've got to be careful that IRL friends don't come in and give away too much information, like say where you live, what schools you went to, and where you work, and all this sort of stuff. Like Steph knows from experience about, she had a crazy stalker from,
oh my god, you guys are the worst.
I think he was from, Steph, where was he from? He was either from like Sweden or Norway or something, and he was like sending death threats and would say he would like get her number and keep calling her, and then she would block the number, and he would go and get a new SIM card and a new phone number, and then just keep doing it over and over again. He was like properly obsessive, and there's just crazy people on the internet, and I guess you've got to be careful about who you tell. Like, say if my mum goes on Facebook, I don't want to stream on Facebook and my mum pop in and be like, "Hi Sam, hope you well. Gonna you can pop round for some dinner on this night or whatever if you want, and I got to drop this round to you and stuff." And then people go on the profile and they're like, "Okay, well, we know this is his mum, so from here we can find, oh look, these people got the same name. They're all family and they're all based in this location," and it's insane. And yeah, you just got to be careful.
I just find it embarrassing. I think it's because like my environment is just very judgy.
Yeah,
I think it comes with the territory.
I guess I have a bit of that as well, because I feel like I don't know how people are going to react to it, because
in IT people are more fine with it.
Yeah, so out of the people that know, my old manager, when he found out about it, he was actually really excited, because he said that he wanted to try streaming himself. And he was telling me about his gaming setup and everything, and he was like, "Oh yeah, one summer I was looking into streaming myself." And what was really cool about that is that my work has been really understanding about the streaming, and they've actually been like, they were doing things like making sure that I don't have to do loads of out of hours work that would conflict with my streaming schedule and stuff, which has been really nice. And to this day, they're still doing that. So I guess I'm quite grateful about that, that although they may not understand it, they I don't know, they understand that I enjoy it, and they like accommodate it. I guess that's the word, accommodate it. But like, do your work know that you do this, and do they understand it? Or I know you said this, a lot of them are like, they've been working there like 20, 30 years, and they may not even really know what streaming is.
Yeah, I honestly, the reactions I wouldn't say positive from like, because they all think it's weird, and like, why would you talk with people online? Those people must be weird.
To this day, my parents still don't understand either.
Yeah, so I'm lucky that one of my coworkers, her partner, games and watches streams. So, and she's very like alpha female, which is really good, because when we talk about it, she goes like, "Yeah, it's super normal," because of course she doesn't want anyone to think that her guy is crazy. So that's good. But I feel like And I find it such a shame is that the only moment that people take it seriously is when I say I earn money with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so shitty because that's not what it's in it, why I'm in it. But it's the only reason why people around me accept it. So like when I didn't stream this week, they're like, so how much did you lose and like doing this and that instead of streaming? And I'm like, I felt miserable. It wasn't about losing income. It was about I actually love this. And I think that that's something that nobody understands.
It's the same in my family.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I was just going to say, it's the same in my family as well. They literally don't understand streaming. I tried to explain it to my dad, and he was like, but why would people watch you chat or play a game? And I was like, I don't know, because they enjoy it. He's like, okay, but why would they give you money for it? And when you're trying to answer that, it's like, I don't know. And I think they just sort of eventually accepted that I do it, and I think they actually find it quite funny.
I think they completely miss the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh my god, you're gonna meet these people, they're gonna murder you.
I think they appreciate it more now, knowing that I met my partner Steph through it as well. I think now they appreciate it a lot more, and I think they understand that side of it a lot more. But what's so nice is that even my nan, who is nearly 80 years old, when I see her, she asks me how my streaming's going and stuff as well. And she asks the same to Steph now as well. She literally has no idea, doesn't understand it, has never watched any of my streams in her life, but she still asks, which I think is lovely.
So nice.
Yeah, it's really lovely. And
I as well that Lawrence's grandparents are super pro, which is, you would think that like as a girl that comes into the family and she went to law school and she works at this law firm, and I'm like, I talk to people on the internet in the evenings, that they would be like, holy Jesus, right? But they're like, no. And the thing is that Lawrence, like, you met him, he's super introverted, and he games and enjoys the thing like with gaming and having friends on the internet as well. And I think they can see why it works because they look at him and they're like, I can see why he would enjoy that. But then you have a stepdad who's like, why would you not want to go outside and do things with your real friends? That's real connection. That's at least real.
I know that, yeah.
If you talk with someone 5 times a night, that's kind of real.
Yeah, like, you get the whole perspective of, oh, you're wasting your time playing video games. And my dad grew up like next to a farm and spent all his time out and about in the countryside and in the outdoors. And he was like, you should be doing this and not sat in front of a computer all the time. And it's like, I don't think you really understand the reach that you have of it, I guess, as well. Like, you could have viewers and stuff that are literally on the other side of the world, and the people that you meet through it. And when I said like, oh, I'm going to Germany for a gaming event, and they were like, wait, what? And they were like, do you know anyone out there? It's like, oh yeah, I'll be meeting people that I know out there. And then going to these events and stuff, and they were like, what, people know who you are? And
they're like shoutcasting in a hall with, like...
yeah. And I think it is all numbers is what they understand, whether it's money or
money is what everyone understands.
Yeah, when like you hit a milestone and they're like, oh, that's quite a lot of people that watch, and they're like, but why do all these people watch you? And I don't know. I still can't explain it to them.
I'm not funny.
Yeah, I still can't.
Too.
Like, I know Steph's probably seen it as well, that my parents just they don't understand streaming, the concept of it. I think the only stream that they've ever watched of mine was so as a joke, one of my viewers told me that I should order a seagull outfit as a joke. So I actually ordered the seagull outfit, and I decided as a joke I would wear it on a stream, and we got it in the other room right now, and it's like a full head to toe seagull outfit.
Oh my god, I want to see it.
Do you want me to go get the head at least? I don't think I could get the whole body. 1 second. Stay right there.
This is so much better than the peanut butter. Oh gosh, you can still hear me.
I can still hear you. This is so much better than the peanut butter, I'm not joking. So here it is right here. This is the headpiece anyway.
Oh,
so if I take my glasses off, so literally imagine that this is when I was still living with my parents. I couldn't even do it with the headset on right now. I was in my room like this, and I was streaming like this, and my parents decided this is going to be the one stream that they were going to watch. Okay? They were sat downstairs below me watching the stream, and they were like dying with laughter, and all I could hear was my whole family downstairs doing impressions of seagulls. So imagine that I'm sat there on stream like this, and then in the background I just hear people going, ha! 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 And I was just dying. I was just like in tears on stream laughing. And to this day, that is still the one and only stream that they have ever watched.
Why would they watch again? This is the best stream you.
I know. Honestly, I think that was the highlight of my streams. Like, I think from there it's just been downhill the whole time. But we've still got this. We've still got the full outfit as well. So this might make a proper comeback one day. I have said to Steph if she ever wants to wear this on stream for the lols, then she's more than welcome to. But yeah, it's literally full outfit. So it's like wings and tail and everything. It's ridiculous, but. It was like 20 quid on Amazon, and it was one of the weirdest but one of the best purchases I've ever made.
Yeah, I'm so surprised why they don't take it seriously.
But the funny thing is, when I moved out and moved in with Steph, it was I left it at my parents' house, the outfit, and every time that someone in the chat mentioned it, and they would be like, "Oh, are you gonna ever put on the seagull outfit again?" I was like, "Oh well, unfortunately, I left it at my parents' house, so I don't actually have it anymore." And then, of course, my mum, being my mum, turns up one day. She's like, "Oh, guess what? I bought your seagull outfit round for you." And I was like, "Oh my god!" So it's here now, and I can't get away from it. So yeah, that might make a comeback one day, but I don't really want to wear it.
Do it.
It was more of like a one-off thing, but yeah. And when I saw Mike put in the chat the seagull impression needs some working on, that was just the noises that they were making. That was what I could hear.
They all did seagull impressions. I was like, I'm quite curious to see what sound is now gonna come out.
Yeah, that was the sound they were making. Yeah. So they were literally huddled around a laptop downstairs. I think it was my younger brother's laptop. They were all huddled around it, and when they saw that I was in this outfit, they just lost it and they started doing that. And then when I heard them, I lost it as well. But I've had other things in my family as well. Like my brother decided it would be funny to pop in the chat under an account that I don't recognize, put in the message, "I am the one who knocks." Then he knocked on my door and ran away, so that when I got to the door, there was no one there. And I was so confused. I was like, "What's going on?" Someone just told me they're the one who knocks, and that I had a knock on the door and there's no one there. I was like proper freaked out. And then eventually he told me that it was him. But yeah,
I would be like, all the true crime shows that I'm listening to are now becoming reality.
Yeah.
This is the moment that I get killed.
I went back to chat and I was like, I'm so confused. Someone just said they're the one who knocks. I had a knock at the door, but there's no one there. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm kind of worried now. But Steph, so what's the weirdest thing that you have ever done on stream? I think I've just summed up my one with this, but what's the weirdest thing that you've ever done?
So I think the pie in the face would score quite high.
Yep.
I also feel like I got a good pie in the face because like I see some people do it and it's like very like, and then it falls down. But mine was literally Lawrence going like this with the pie and it flushed all like over the wall. So it was quite aggressive. I have a unicorn costume.
Oh, have you ever worn it on stream?
Yeah, during my 18-hour stream.
Oh, wait. Oh, of all streams to wear it, is like that wasn't for the whole 18 hours, was it? Because
well, kinda, because I said like when we hit a certain goal, I'm gonna start wearing it for the rest of the stream, and I think we hit it after like 2 hours.
Did you regret that?
No, I feel like what I like about those things is like I find it very fair that when people go crazy, that I go crazy. The one thing I ever really regretted was that I promised to play Blair Witch.
Okay.
A certain goal, and that was really like not. I'm so scared but not like in a fun, entertaining way. I was literally like, I hate my life right now, and I want to run away, and I'm just waiting for people to tell me that I can stop. That was our worst stream. Something weirder. Painting my whole face with eyeshadow.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
you painted your whole face with eyeshadow?
Yeah, it was Halloween, but the thing is I had to work. So I didn't have time to prepare anything. So I literally rushed home and I was like, okay, I don't have anything. And then I figured out that one of my camera settings with one of the weird filters made it so that my lips would green screen and like certain parts of my face. So it looked very like gruesome.
Yeah.
And I put white because I didn't have face paint. So I put white eyeshadow all over my face.
Make it do with what you've got.
I feel like in general, like the longer you stream, the more your boundaries change to what is weird. Because I think if you would have told me the things that I'd done, I think I would be really creeped out by myself. And I'm just like, ha.
I mean, if you told me a few years ago that I'd be sat in front of loads of people wearing a full seagull outfit on stream,
that's still weird though.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I've still got it as well, I don't know what to do with it. Like,
you need to keep it forever.
I was gonna say, you can't really like go to the local charity shop and say, hey, I've got a costume to donate, and then you whip this out and they're like, what the hell is that?
Like, can you not put it behind you?
Maybe like, I could, I don't know.
Like under the flags.
Do you think I'll just like put it on a shelf somewhere? Like, I don't know.
I would treasure that thing.
I honestly don't know what to do with it. Like, no joke. At the moment, it's sat in a bag on the bedroom floor.
Get like a pole that you can hang your coat on and put that like behind you, and then you can put it on there so every like this face.
It'd be like it's like been beheaded and it's like just.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a question. Did either of you have a person influence you to start streaming?
Yeah, but I don't think anyone would know them, maybe because they were all sim streamers back in the day. So I specifically watched Rory Plays, UK Simmer, which is Lisa, Cherry Ben.
I don't know any of those.
Because yeah.
I think for me it was certain people on Mixer. So before I started streaming, I sort of became a moderator for a few different streamers. Jay Mitch is one of them, who he used to stream a lot of Rocket League and stuff when I first joined Beam, and I became his moderator, and he kind of encouraged me to stream. Now, interestingly, he's the next person that I'm going to be chatting on the show to as well, which I'm really excited about, because he's like one of the people that inspired me to start streaming. There was also Mavadosi, who PAA streaming popped in earlier, which are amazing. Also, Radcastle, he used to do karaoke streams on Mixer, on Beam as well. They were so cool. It would literally be, he would just be there on a Friday night getting drunk, singing. It was just amazing. But yeah, I think they were the ones that inspired me to start. It was a thing I never intended to, and then they kind of said, why not give it a try? And I was just like, yeah, why not? And then 3.5 years now.
It's nice that you already knew people who were like, yay!
Yeah, I never really watched any streamers back then. I watched a few YouTubers, but I never watched any streams. It was only when I joined Beam, they were like the first lot of streams that I started to watch. So my introduction to streaming was literally people on Beam. It wasn't like these really big famous streamers like Ninja and people like that. It was literally just people on Beam that, yeah. But here we are now. Ah, Darkside, thank you so much for that sub. Thank you, appreciate that. But Rory and UKC Steph knows the Sim streamers. Oh, 2 of those. Oh, there you go. I may need to check them out. But do I hate Ninja? No, I don't hate Ninja. Honestly, I don't think it was his fault what happened to Mixer. I think it was more Microsoft's mistake it would sound bad if I say investing in the wrong areas, but I do feel like they could have invested better.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah, I feel like rather than spending probably a combined total of like $50 million to bring in several high-profile streamers, they could have invested a lot more in the platform, making it somewhere where people want to watch people and encouraging more viewers. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, the problem with Mixer the whole time, one of the biggest problems was that there wasn't enough viewers on the platform. There were like more streamers than viewers. And the viewers that were on there tended to be, well, a lot of them tended to be kids. And I guess from Microsoft's perspective, it wasn't a platform, well, it wasn't making them money. It wasn't a platform that was really going to make money. But yeah, I can't say anything bad about Ninja. I was one of the first people that he raided on Mixer, which is really cool. And what was funny is that I think I've still got the clip somewhere where he tried to say my name and he couldn't say it. So he found my channel and he was saying like Smilia or Similia or something, or yeah, so he couldn't actually say my name. So it became a bit of a running joke that I got raided by Ninja and he couldn't say my name properly, so I was saying stuff like, oh, maybe I should rebrand to what he said and stuff like that.
Your name is not hard, though.
No, so I don't want to sound offensive to Americans, but for some reason, 90% of the American streams that I go into, they somehow add an extra I into the name and say Similar rather than Smilar. Like, they put an extra I before the M. I don't even know how. They take one look at it and they just say, like, Similar. And it's like, honestly, I don't know where you're getting the extra letter from. And then I thought as well, especially on Mixer, my profile picture is a big yellow smiley face. I thought, if that doesn't give you a hint as how to say it, then I don't know what does.
Yeah, the branding is on point.
Yeah, and there was actually a few streamers on Mixer where I didn't tell them this for a long time. There was one streamer called Rival Laura who used to do like art streams. And I remember I watched her stream for, I think, over a year. And it was only until one of her viewers corrected her about a year later that she was saying my name wrong. And then she was like, oh my god, are you telling me for a year I've been saying your name wrong? And I was like, yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. And she was like, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, it gets to a point where it's just kind of funny.
Yeah,
yeah, it's the Ninja Raid video. Wait, did you just send it in Discord? Oh, okay, I think we may have it in my Discord. Oh, we do. Okay. Let's turn up the volume, see if you can hear what he says. Why is it not playing? Well, it says it's 0 seconds. Why isn't it playing? Oh, is it because it's a .mov? Oh, here we go, yeah. Here he goes. Ninja's thinking about it.
Look, it's got the return, bro. Smilar? Look, it's got the return, bro.
Smilia. No.
Smilar? The return?
Smilia. What's Smilia? How'd you get Smilia?
Dude, he's back.
It's like a patron, like a Harry Potter.
Everyone, go raid Smilar. All right, we're gonna raid.
Go raid Smilia. Like, it still brings back the memories of, like, obviously when it happened, I was like really appreciative and stuff, like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then someone sent me the clip and they're like, do you realize you said your name wrong? And I was like, oh no. So yeah, to the world, I'm Smilia now, or Smilia. Then yeah. Made me question a lot. Is like, if I branded myself wrong, should I rebrand to Smilia because that's what people think it is, or?
I feel like your branding is one of the best ones out there, actually.
It's been a long time in the making. Because I started.
It's so easy to remember. It's visually so, like, it immediately clicks.
I thought it would be pretty easy to remember. So I actually started it in 2016 on YouTube. And literally the original logo, I posted them in my Discord today, was just like a plain yellow smiley face. And the reason I had to change it is because I tried to put some merch on, I think it was Spreadshirt or something like that, and I had a copyright claim from smiley.com basically saying that I'm using an emoji as my logo, so I had to take it down.
Yeah, owned.
So, because it literally was just an emoji, a yellow circle with a smiley face, and this is like the 4th version of my logo now, and obviously it's got like the hat and the headphone, or the hair and the headphones and stuff. So it's not similar enough to an emoji to class as that. Plus, I got the trademark, so they can't do it anymore. So I made sure to trademark it to make sure. That was a fun process. Contacting the UK Intellectual Property Office and speaking to Carol, and then her being like, so what we've got to do now is we got to contact Alton Towers because they got a ride called the Smilar there, and they were like, they might object your name. So I had to wait 3 months, and Alton Towers didn't object to it, so I got the trademark.
I need to check that too. If I start a company, I need to check if there's like similar names out there or not.
Yeah, that's one thing that I did. I just went on to like Companies House and trademark things and just looked at Smiler leaned over and wait, yeah, see, it doesn't do that, does it? No. What just happened? Oh, so Mike, we got a bot in here called Buttspot, and he just.
I need to go to the other side. No, it's mirrored.
Oh.
Oh no, my whole joke failed.
So Buttspot just randomly picks messages in the chat and adds the word butt in there. So like, is there pressure to do social media to get your butt out there more? Yeah, social media is important. Yeah, like I have to be active on Twitter like every single day to try and maintain impressions and engagements and to let people know when I'm on and stuff like that. So I'm always on Twitter. I don't really bother with Facebook too much. I kind of feel like there's no point unless you stream on there. There's not really any point doing stuff on a Facebook page.
No, the only thing that I have with Twitter, it's so bad for your mental stability.
People on there, honestly, people on there are such dicks. Like, yeah. I'm just gonna say it. Like, there's always something going on. There's always
people
like
are very much on their high horse. Like everyone else sucks.
There's like this like mob. It's like a mob mentality as well. Like, someone will post like a screenshot of someone saying a bad comment, and everybody just jumps on there. Oh, this person's toxic. Let's get them cancelled. And rather than like this one person like reaching out to him saying like, I didn't appreciate what you said there, and having like a conversation, it's just like, you know what, we're going to expose him to the world. Let's just let the world tear him to pieces, and then the next day there's the next thing going on. It's just always something. I try and stay out of a lot of it.
Something because I'm like, people are gonna like, will this be the end?
But it's things as well, like you know, when the whole like Black Lives Matter movement was like really prominent on Twitter and all the protests. I mean, some of them are still going on now and stuff, but some creators and influencers were actually getting called out for not talking about it as well. And it's like, not everybody is comfortable or wants to talk about everything that's going on in the world. Like, I don't think some people should be targeted for not talking about stuff. And they're like, well, it's your responsibility as an influencer to talk about it. It's like, yeah, I understand. If you've got a voice, then you should use it for good stuff. However, I also feel like it's not right to pressure people into doing that and then calling them out when they don't.
I also feel like some people, this is so hard to describe, but like as an influencer, I'm kind of like, you need to give a good example. So I do agree with that. But I'm also like, some of us stream to really get away from stuff.
Yeah.
And if I suddenly need to start streaming to be an example for people to follow in morals and that kind of stuff, I'm kind of like not streaming why I want to stream. I want to stream like for myself to like not think about serious stuff because I do that all the time. So I'm like glad to.
It's more of an escape. Yeah.
I also like started tweeting because I was like, oh my god, people are gonna think that I have this opposite opinion than what I actually have, which is weird because my how do you say, like my base point is like no one should be racist. So I feel like if me being silent would kind of mean like, of course I'm not, but apparently staying silent would mean that you're an hidden racist. So like, oh, it's so confusing. So I also got pressured into like tweeting, and then it really got to me. And then it's hard because you have this, again, this balance between being a good example and making sure that people know what you think about certain things, but also like making sure that you're okay yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And constantly being on social media is just so draining.
Also, Mike, thank you for the follow on Twitter there. I just saw that.
Oh, yeah. I drive my Vespa every day. Every day.
Wait, Vespa? What?
Yeah, he is constantly asking how is my room doing.
Wait, have you got a Vespa?
Yes.
That's so cool.
See, I'm not a picture person, right? So yeah, I have a little blue. That was always my dream to get one. And someone was like, why just not get it? And I'm like, but I'm only working, so like I'm still new to working and having a job, and I was like, just go for your dreams. So then I
did it. You got it.
I did it. And it's the best thing ever. Okay, wait, when did I get it? Sometimes all the mixer, all the pictures I took.
Did you post a picture of it on your Instagram?
Yes.
Let's have a look, see if I can see it on here. Oh, I can, there it is. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Did your first solo Vespa trip this weekend. Cold, but absolutely a dream come true. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. There it is, right there. Look at that. Can't really see it because the reflection. There's the ring light. Let me put it in the middle. There you go. There, that's better. Your camera actually focuses. I turned off the focus on mine because it didn't like focusing on me. That's really cool.
In front of the mud.
Have you had to get used to like the classic YouTuber thing of like putting your hand in front of it to adjust the focus and stuff? Or do you not have that problem?
But I have to do that constantly when I'm showing makeup. And then I'm constantly like...
See, look, I've turned off the autofocus on mine. So basically, I just adjust the focus to where I'm sat every time I stream. Because the autofocus was just like focusing on anything and everything apart from me. It would like see the boom arm and focus on that, or it would see something up there and just focus back there. And I've also not fixed... It's a Canon EOS 80D.
Oh, it was Sony.
But like you see when I do that, the white balance still isn't on because you see the light that still randomly goes on and off. So I've got the ring light, but the light just adjusts itself all the time, and I hadn't worked out to adjust that yet. See, yours doesn't do that. Yours just focuses.
Nice. I got lucky.
There you go. Yeah, yours works well. I'm still working on it. I've had this camera for over a year and I still don't know how to use it. It just kind of lives on there. And I made the mistake now of I put it on a tripod and the metal bar that it screws onto is actually stuck in the bottom of the camera now. So I can't get it out. So the camera has a little bar stuck in the bottom of it now.
Yeah.
So literally what I did is I got a boom arm. I put the metal pole into the boom arm bit and I just tightened the arm up so it's just holding this camera on this little metal pole. And it's like the dodgiest setup ever, but it works just about. Every so often the camera just like tips to the side though, but
mine is just sticky tape. I kid you not. It's just
sticky tape.
It's just tape.
I wish I'd done that now. I wish I'd done that now because mine, I don't know how I'm ever going to get that little metal bit out the bottom of the camera.
Sticky tape fixes everything.
But anyway, I think we're pretty much there on time. I don't want to keep you too long as well because I know we've actually been on for nearly 3 hours now. I can't believe it's been that long. But if you want to catch Mary's streams, if I remember rightly from your bio, are you streaming tomorrow?
I should be if I don't have to work overtime. This lately is happening a lot, but normally, yes.
So, assuming there's no overtime, you'll be on tomorrow. If there's not, you'll be on sometime soon. But make sure you go follow Mary on Twitch anyway. Follow. I think you've pretty much got your name on all social medias, haven't you? Apart from, is your Instagram an underscore at the end?
Yeah, I had Marijchu on Instagram, but then I made a new account and then I cannot merge it. Something.
Oh,
something.
No.
I don't know.
Can you not change the username on the main account and then...
I cannot log into the main account anymore.
Oh, what, have you lost access to the email or something? Or...
Yeah, but I don't know how that's possible because I have still access to all my...
See, Steph had the same thing where she had the Runaway Lobster account, and then I think her streamer account was like Runaway Lobster _. And I was like, you own the actual name anyway on another account. Why don't you just use it? And eventually she got it swapped over. But
I logged in with my stream account, and then now my stream account is connected with the _. So if I log in into the normal one, I cannot change the emails connected to it. I don't know. I also don't take nice pictures, so I don't really care.
I have nothing to post on Instagram. The last picture I posted was when I was in Portland.
Mine was literally this week. I was so proud. 2 days ago.
I done one post recently. I just don't know what to post. I get on there and I'm like, I don't know. I look around the room. I'm like, is there anything I could take a picture of to post on Instagram? And now I'm like, whoa, how about this fine jar of Marmite smooth peanut butter? Maybe I'll put a picture of that on there at some point. Maybe the seagull outfit. I might get a copyright strike off of Marmite. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on and chatting. I will definitely make sure that we get you on for 105, if not before that. But yeah, no, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It's been really nice catching up as well.